Oh, right. 303. I guess we're starting with 303. Gothita, we don't even need to talk. It's E, dude, right?
Okay.
Let's just get to the good stuff. So we'll just go Gothita. We'll throw you in the E. Next, Goth Arita. Same thing. Do we wait? What? I want to kind of go over Gothita's ability real quick. Power spot. If this Pokemon is oh yeah, it's plus 30 damage. Is that the same for the Goth Arita? Yeah. So it's got the same ability. Psybeam. It does have a chance to confuse you, which is nice, and then Double Slap does 20 plus damage, but still not enough to move it from E to an D. Do you agree?
Yeah, I can't see much argument to do anything other than that. Yeah, Gothita though is much more interesting.
Where somebody ping Tarvold. Hold on, I'm gonna go to Discord.
Sorry if I'm coughing a lot today. I went for a run earlier. I'm kind of feeling it.
All good, man. Are you practicing any more parkour?
No, like I might start that again soon. Because I'm sort of just now getting over my tendonitis.
I see.
So hopefully soon I can.
Report
Anyway.
the stream now. We're going over Gothita. I want to give him a second. I just want to see if he comes in. Good. Making a team for April International Challenge. Gengar does not know Poison Gas for some odd reason. Dude, I need to get out back on the Pokemon like Sword and Shield grind, Date. I haven't played for a while. People keep asking me like, when are we gonna FFA? When are we gonna FFA? It's been busy, man. I've been TikToking, all right. So McKenna's little sister is 15, and is like so obsessed with TikTok, and now I'm obsessed with it. So. Narbalicious. No, Pokemon Duel does not exist. Well, you can't play it. I still have the app. I never deleted the app. So you can view all the figures. It's just a library, though. What are you laughing at? The figure was always good and has been shown to be capable of hitting high rating multiple times at all points. Oh, so that's okay. I see. That's your explanation of why you think it's an A. I never even thought Gothita was even usable. Well, actually, you know what's really funny? So when I first got Pokemon Duel, I told all my friends about it, and like 2 of them played for like maybe 4 months, 4 to 6 months, and then I told one other friend, and he got it, and he only played for like maybe like 2 or 3 months. But he got Gothita, and he's like, dude, Gothita is so good because of the squared attack. Like, if you have 3 Pokemon on the entry points, you could switch wherever you want to switch. And I was like, dude, but that's impossible. How are you going to capture 3 entry points? And then where are you going to switch your figure? Like, I didn't even think it was good at all until Tarvold made a Reddit post about him. He was like in 4.1 or something. He was in 4K with the square deck, and I was like, oh my god, this thing is amazing. Just the way he like explained how it works. And then he showed me a video or matches of him playing and how he did what he did, like just explaining. I was like, dude, Tarvold's a genius.
Yeah, squared attack makes Gothita really interesting because it means you basically have to play around the entire board, because now entry points are just as important for the opponent to protect as their goal is.
Yeah.
Well, in some cases, yeah. But...
No, I totally get what you're saying. Like, you have to protect not just your goal, but entry points as well. It made it it's a very dynamic figure. All right, since we kind of talked about it, no ability. We all know it's just about the square dance. It's usability. What are you saying, Steven? What rating?
I mean, I definitely like Hyphenated's explanation of A, and I think at first impression it might actually be A. So I guess we went over squared attack. It's also got the Psychic Z move that's pretty good. Let's see.
Psychic Z move, the Psybeam, just in case you don't get squared, you can confuse your opponent. The miss, obviously, it's really huge, but get that thing to level 10. It's not that expensive to get it to level 10. Get everything into the squared attack. Run it with DCs. Run it with the protection of Zoro. Yeah, I like A.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, I mean, I don't know, I didn't run squared a whole lot, but I guess a lot of times you probably pair it with a lot of like really mobile figures. You might have like Keldeo or like Poipole or something that can like steal an entry point for you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely, it definitely enabled squared decks to be pretty scary actually, in a lot of cases.
It was actually the highest deck that I climbed with before Absol came out. Mega Absol.
Yeah, I mean, I think considering the fact that it performed really well, it's sort of the key figure in that deck. I think Gothita can be fine as an A.
Okay. I'll put it in A and move on. However, Date, I'm going to move on, but I want you to explain in the chat why you think it's a B, possibly a C for Gothita. Next one, Solosis. Dual Brains, if your Reuniclus, Duosion, or Solosis is adjacent to this Pokemon, deal damage times 2. Only has Psychic, doesn't add any added effect. Huge miss. It's an E, dude.
Yeah, that's an E. I think I'm pretty sure it can actually double its Z move as well with that ability.
So it can hit for 160?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think that's the only interesting thing about it, but I believe Duosion also has that.
That would have actually been funny to see if somebody did that. To get like an evolution or something.
Yeah, either way, it's still an E.
Okay. Did I put him in E? Yep. All right, next. Oh, Duosion. I don't think I ever ran Duosion. I am not familiar with this will at all. I did not know I had a light screen that big. So I mean, I guess it has some survivability, but Psychic doesn't really do anything. Same ability. The light screen being a 40, having some sort of survivability, is that enough to push him from an E to a D? What do you think? I don't think so.
Probably not, because it still doesn't do anything.
Right. Chat, what are we thinking? Duosion is the same thing. Maybe worse.
Having purple makes it slightly better, but it's still kind of useless for the most part.
Yeah, I could see the argument for maybe worse, just because in terms of like Solosis, it's like pretty much guaranteed damage. Because it's just one thing, like one function. But also, yeah, I can see why Duosion's better just for survivability. So, but then again, light screen doesn't do anything. But yeah, I don't think we need to spend too much time on these two. Let me just put them down in E. Duosion. All right, next. Okay. All right. Reuniclus, guys. Psychic Z move. Doesn't really, okay, it's good. It does 240, but nobody was using Reuniclus when we got Z moves. The Psychic Net ability. In battles on your turn, you may respend X the number of your other Reuniclus on the field. It did get nerfed. Remember, it used to be you could just they didn't have to be on the field. They could be on the bench and you could do it, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Pretty big misses. Confuse Ray was kind of a problem, but yeah, if you had 3 of them, you just got to respin 3 times until you landed. Either Hyper Beam, which is kind of what you wanted. The Brain Link is if you were like 2 steps away from your other Reuniclus, which does 100 damage. And then the Confuse Ray, which confuses you. It's a 3-star purple. It was a solid figure back in its day. I would even consider it S tier back in its day. But as the game progressed, I'm just going to rate it at face value. Psychic Z move, 240, pretty good. Mobility, pretty good with the Z move. The ability to respin if you're going to be rocking other Reuniclus. I kind of want to put this thing like at face value. Knowing the entirety of the game, playing the game since start till end, I kind of want to just throw this thing in, I think, a B tier. B is in Bravo. What are you thinking?
I don't remember. This came out after Deoxys, didn't it? Or was it slightly before?
The Reuniclus?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was at launch.
I don't remember. I didn't play at the very beginning, but I was definitely there when Reuniclus was big.
Hold on, let's chat. Remind us. I think Reuniclus was there from launch, but if not, please let us know when it was. But go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with Hyphenated that it's around like a C.
Okay.
So the respin is really strong. Psychic Z move is really strong. However, its damage for like the entirety of the game, eventually 120 was too low. Excuse me. Brain Link at max can only hit 120 if it's chain 10, and you probably want to put that into the hyper beam anyway. So really, Confuse Ray is the best thing on its wheel, and so that's what you would hope to respin with. So I would say, since it sort of fell down for most of the game's life, but it was still really strong when it came out, I'd give it like a C.
A C, okay. C, and it looks like Hype gave it a C. Hyphenated also gave it a C. Date, what's your final ranking on this? I'm inclined, like, if I were to run Reuniclus today, like I actually ran Reuniclus, like when the game was dying. I think I ran 3 Reuniclus, 2 Mews, and maybe Dawnwings. I don't remember. But if I were to do it again, I think I would get my Reuniclus to level 10, and I just put everything into Confuse Ray, just so it can survive. But then when I attack, I can respin 3 times if I have 3 Reuniclus on the field. And to me, it has survivability with 3-star purple, especially if it's level 10. It does have the Psychic Z move. Like, I don't know. I think it's better than a C, but if you guys all say C, we'll put C and we'll move on. Let's see.
Well, I think part of it is that, like, in the beginning, its damage was pretty big, because 120 used to be really good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Then respinning, you either want 120 or Confuse Ray, but then, like, in the later game, Confuse Ray was really the only thing worth hitting. Yeah. Unless your opponent was, like, already confused and they hit a miss or something. But then that's sort of, like, banking on RNG, I guess.
All right, next we have Joltik. Now Joltik, let's see. I think it was my 3rd account, because I lost 2 accounts. So, but yeah, my 3rd account when I restarted. I used Joltik a lot. I loved how the electric thread was pretty big, so it paralyzed your opponent. It made them have, like, one of their slices was a miss. And I love the animation of Leech Life. I thought it just looked so cool. So I kind of used Joltik kind of like I used Shuppet, where, like, my Shuppet would land its purple, it would cost status, they would be burned, they'd have a slice missing, and then Shuppet would attack or get attacked, and they would land that miss or that slice, and they would KO. So kind of same thing with Joltik. Paralyze them. It's a 2-star purple. It's pretty big. They have a slice missing, and then I would Leech Life them, which I thought was pretty good. What is this ability, though? Oh, yeah, the +1 damage. When this Pokemon is on the field, your other Pokemon deal +1 damage. Uncommon. It's has some sort of mobility. It's 3 MP. I think it's I would say a D, probably, like a solid D. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know that it can go any higher than that. I do like that ability, like that. It's basically sort of the opposite of Sableye, where Sableye would make the opponents -1, and, like, that can be really good. It depends. I think it depends on, like, where the meta is at. Like if everyone is running the same figures and they're all at the same chain level, then having that +1 can make a big difference.
Definitely.
But anyway, like, overall, yeah, Joltik is still just a D. 3 MP is nice. Electric Thread is a good move. But that's all it does.
All right. Yeah, just what you said, and also touching on what Date said. Like, I remember people using Joltik for that +1 boost. I remember that too. Like, same with the Sableye, like you mentioned. It's like you felt like it was a tie. Like, oh, okay, cool, I'm good, I survived. But then +1, you're like, oh my god, he's got Joltik in the back. Because people used to do that. They would, like, I was offensive with my Joltik, but some people just had Joltik chilling in the back.
Yeah, like I said, it just depends on, like, if everyone is using the same figures. Like, everyone that had, like, a 109 Lucario, now if I have Joltik or Sableye, my Lucario beats yours. So
right.
Sometimes it would work out.
Yep. All right. Next one, Galvantula. Oh yeah, the Electric Web. The opponent's Pokemon that have passed over this Pokemon with Flyer Sword became paralyzed. Now, I remember People would lead this. Was it in the electric gym to bait like Zapdoses to take the entry point, and it would paralyze? It was some sort of gym. I don't remember what it was, but they would use Galvantula to bait them to fly over to take the entry point, and then they would be paralyzed. So that the ability is it's okay. Same electric thread, and then electric ball deals double the damage if they are paralyzed. I still think it's in the same tier as Joltik. I mean, it is better, but I don't think it's enough to go to C tier. Oh yeah, see, Hype used Galvantula to check Zapdos.
I remember I tried running Joltik into Galvantula with like molting energy. And that was kind of fun, but yeah, overall it didn't do too much. I'm trying to find where the electric plate is. Yeah, because the Electrosphere lets your electric type Pokemon can move over figures that have weight. So like that's what I would try to do, but overall it didn't do much. A fun figure, but not a very good one.
Yeah, it's all right, so we'll throw him in the D. Galvantula. All right, next. Stunfisk. Okay, he kind of had the same ability as Galvantula, right? With moving over. Other Pokemon can move over this Pokemon when using MP move. If those Pokemon are the opponent's Pokemon, they become paralyzed. Now, I remember running this, or I remember people... Actually, I don't even know if people did. Well, some people did, but I remember like I thought of it, or the community thought of it as like something to check in the gyms, in the electric gyms, because they became 2 MP. And people, were kind of scared to take the entry points. And then also had Fissure. Like, the Fissure's kind of big at level 1. Knock out the battle opponent if it's not a flying type. Electric Trap, the battle opponent, and all flying Pokemon and water type Pokemon that are not ground type within 2 steps are paralyzed. The only downfall here, obviously, is the 1 MP. Did anybody ever run this with Swamperts to give it 2 MP?
It didn't get a boost. But wait, yeah, it did.
It did.
Swamper boosted ground types.
Right.
Or was it only water?
I'm pretty sure it was ground.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Ooh, similar to Torterra. Yeah, Tarvold would probably make this thing like a A tier then, huh? For his square deck.
Yeah, it does have the ground Z move. Yeah, I think Torterra is slightly better just because it can at least use Grass Sphere, and Stunfisk can mess you up with its electric trap because it could paralyze your own figures.
If those Pokemon are opponents' Pokemon, no, I don't think it does, because it says if those Pokemon are opponents' Pokemons, those Pokemon become paralyzed.
The white attack.
Oh, the white attack.
It's only flying types, so I guess it's not that bad in the water.
Okay, so Hyphenate is kind of liking this figure a little bit. Hyphenate, what's your rating? I want to throw this.
I still think it's probably like a D.
Yeah, I don't think it's any higher than a D. Hyphenated Date? What do you guys think? He's quite weird? What do you mean? C- from Hyphenated. Okay. Ooh, Date with the C- as well. All right, Hype, you're the tiebreaker. We got 2 Ds and 2 Cs.
I mean, from what I can see, it's like...
There's Tarvold.
It's basically just like an entry point sitter. I mean, you can kind of put it in the middle as well, but...
True. Sub Luigi.
It also lets your opponent move past it. Even if they get paralyzed, just letting them pass, it could be a bad thing as well.
True. Using the Tarvold, you want to see what you missed? You missed Gothita, bro. You missed Gothita. Where's Gothita? Oh, you missed Reuniclus too. Yeah, Tarvold. So we put Gothita in A, and we put Reuniclus in C. That's what you missed. All right, let's move on. We have Druddigan. It does have the Mold Breaker ability. This Pokemon negates abilities that boost or lower attack damage of your opponent. And I remember one time Pokefodder said this is the most underrated I think he said the most underrated dragon figure, or the most underrated figure, or the most under rare figure, or something. The ability is good, but if the damage was more, it would have been better, because at the time when I guess Druddigan kind of came into a little bit of the light was at the height of like the dragon meta, where just increase of damage by like 50 was insane, right? Like your Rayquaza would be hitting for like 200 plus damage, which was insane. So
it was out way before Rayquaza though.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is like it was actually brought in, like people were kind of looking at it like, oh, maybe we can use Druddigan to check the increase of attack damage.
Oh yeah.
So if Revenge, this attack damage is boosted by 20 for each Pokemon in your PC, and the Dragon Tail, which benches. If he had like a 130 attack, 140 maybe, then I'd be like, not bad. But at face value, go ahead.
I was gonna say that it was pretty good in like really early when like damage was low. There was less purple because like hitting, what is it? Yeah, it hits 130, and then Dragon Tail to
bench,
potentially knock a figure off the board. Like that was pretty decent really early. But yeah, overall, I don't remember it getting any buff. Maybe Revenge was buffed a little bit. But yeah, over time, just a full white wheel didn't do enough for it.
So, final ranking?
It's between D and E. I kind of want to say D. I think a lot of chat's saying D, so I'll go with that.
Yeah, I think I go with D as well. But remind us, chat, or Steven, if you kind of just alluded to this, but I kind of vaguely remember Druddigan getting some sort of buff. Did it, or did it not?
Yeah, I want to say Revenge used to be 70.
70?
But I'm not sure.
Druddigan, D.
Tarvold thinks it's C-.
C-. Wait, Tarvold says D+, really? And then, wait. Oh, for Gothita, is that what you're talking about? The D+?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Heatmore. Never used this figure, actually. Heatmore is a 0 or no ability. Melt and E. If the battle opponent is a steel type, this Pokemon takes no damage, and the opponent is knocked out. If the battle opponent is Durant, exclude Durant from the duel. Too bad Durant. I mean, yeah, nobody really used Durant, except for at the end of Pokemon Duel to try and troll. Oh, Durant was actually pretty good too, huh? With if you ran multiple Durants with Rocky helmets, pretty good figure.
It was a little rogue deck.
Yeah, you're right. It was like little cheeky stuff. And then combustion. The battle opponent becomes burned. 2-star purple. I don't know. 2 MP. I guess it's kind of nice. It can burn you. If you're steel type, you don't take any damage. But I still don't think it's. I'm like E. I think.
I tried using this in the. There was a gym kind of later on that was fire and steel, and then Heatmore kind of benefited from both of that, but. I think even in that gym, it was still kind of lackluster. I'd give it like a.
Like I want to put it in D just because it has purple and it has a 2-star purple, but like what is this thing gonna do? It can possibly burn the opponent. Melt and Eat's not gonna do anything because nobody's running mostly steel Pokemon. I mean, unless you're playing Hype and he has his Matane and Lucario deck, but other than that, Fire Blast is too low damage. I don't know. What do you think? What's your final ranking?
I guess. I want to say E, but I kind of want to say D as well. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go with D. D.
All right, D. I think I'm like stuck in between, but I kind of want to go E, but. Hype says D. Date D. Tinyish D. Alright. We'll go with D. I should have ran this thing against Hype. That would have been fun. Heatmore.
Oh, and the next one is very fitting.
Uh-oh. Who is it? Alright. So we were just talking about Durant. So you can run Durant's 3 MP. It's nice. We know its ability. The team fight when you it can move over other Durants. When they're next to each other, their whites become gold. It has Rock Slide. If the battle opponent or an opposing Pokemon adjacent to the battle opponent have weight, those Pokemon are knocked out, which I mean was rarely used. Ironhead doesn't really matter, but Guillotine, we know what Guillotine does. It's a most notably known from Fracture. But just instant KO, and then you're going to use this with multiple Durants, 3 MP, mobility, gold, not X attacks, but Rocky Helmet. Because of Rocky Helmet, because of the mobility, because of the gold, because of Guillotine, I think C. That's kind of my and the bug or the steel type move, which, well, I mean, you can only hit for a maximum of like 100 damage. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go C here. D. Looks like the chat's giving Durant the D because of Durant. Steven, what are you gonna give Kevin here?
Kevin? Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess D is fine, because I suppose you kind of have to run, a decent amount of them in a deck to make use of its ability. And even then, you have to have 2 of them next to each other just to get the gold. Guillotine can be nice. Rock Slide can be nice. Yeah, I'm still leaning more towards D.
I mean, you could even you run this with Spirit Tomb. You can this was part of the exclusion.
Yeah, I guess so.
But all right, everybody says D, so I went with D. Let's move next. And Cobalion, the Cobalion, the Ironhide, this Pokemon and your Pokemon adjacent to this Pokemon are not knocked out by gold attacks from their battle opponent. Z move fodder, only hits for 101. Steel typing is pretty good though. Steel Z move is pretty good. It's definitely not an E. It's definitely not a D. I don't think it's a B. I think it just fits right in C tier. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, probably. I mean, because gold became, a little bit more prevalent over time. You had Arcanine for a bit, Rayquaza, of course, Arceus. So having immunity to that is really nice. It has the Steel Z move.
Yeah.
It's really good. It has Mighty Sphere support. Yeah, I think there's enough going for it to be a C.
A C. All right, chat. We got C, C, B, low B minus. Wait, Hypenated, what do you mean? Can we remove this from the game tier? What? Remove what? You like Koba, key player for lots of decks, and saw a lot of experimentation. B minus, Bs. Okay, we get some Bs here. 1, 2, 3 Bs. Actually, like Koba. All right. I think we're tied. Oh, nope. Tarvold and Day. Okay. All right. We got enough people to say B, so we'll stick them in B.
Yeah, he does have a lot of benefits. He benefits in a steel deck because you can run. It's like an extra Lucario in a sense because it's steel and fighting, so you can have the Mighty Sphere.
True.
Throw it around with Matane.
True.
It's pretty good.
All right, let's move on. Let's go to. Ooh, my boy Terrakion. I love Terrakion because of its ability, because of the beatdown ability. Your blues become a mess. Use this a lot, especially when Coco kind of entered the scene. The problem for me is when I ran this, I did not want to use DC. So if Coco rushed my entry point, I just blindly attacked Coco. I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to DC here. And then there's times where this man would land protect or miss, and I'd be so salty. Yeah. But I mean, rock fighting, because of its ability and where the game ended, we were purple heavy. Didn't really see him that much. He had a short time in the meta. Oh man, if I'm just rating him for the entirety of Pokemon Duel, I kind of want to put him in a C plus maybe. I don't know if I want to put him with B. What do you think, Steven?
Yeah, I wouldn't say B for sure. It's definitely a lower C for me because it was sort of one of a kind when it came out. I guess maybe Seviper also did the same thing. But yeah, its wheel doesn't do anything. The ability is its only real benefit. I'm leaning closer to D, but I think a lot of people are saying C, and I can go with that too.
Yeah. C tier seems fitting. It did get buffed, didn't it?
I don't think it did.
I thought it... Because... Did Stone Edge always hit for 130? I thought it hit for 1...
I'm pretty sure it was always 130.
130? Okay.
I'm surprised there's like no meme or something of like like the update where it's like Z moves remove blue and then Terrakion's in the back like with a frown.
Dude, that would have been fitting. Oh, it did get a buff. It used to be 120. The Stone Edge.
Oh, okay.
All right, next we have Virizion. Let's go. Okay, this was a time when I became paid to play. All right, it was no longer free to play. Typhoon Slash, which is such a game changer, and the only reason why, like we had Slippery Swap, right? We had something that could do the same thing, but Virizion had the ability to move through figures, except for Flying type. And just the Virizion Trap was just so good. It's a fighting type. The Mighty Sphere, Typhoon Slash, the Grass Knot, Grass Sphere. Damn, like this is like, it's definitely no lower than A.
So many things benefited Virizion because like when it came out, you had like Tropical Energy decks.
Yes.
Virizion was on that, and then Mighty Sphere came out. And it's like, oh, and now I can surround and capture your figure. And then Grass Sphere came out. So yeah, it over time, like everything just really helped it out, and Grass Knot stayed relevant the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's easily an A.
I kind of agree with Hype in A too, because I was like, you know what, I kind of want to put it in like a low S tier, because I mean, it's always like if you see Virizion, you're like, oh shit, like this thing's a threat. Like you have to play differently. You have to adapt because you know what it does and you know how the opponent sets it up. So, but yeah, I think it looks like everybody says A. Majority says A. Oh, what's up, Delaris? So yeah, we'll go with A. Ah, dude, I loved this figure. Oh, baby. All right. Are we going Hone Edge, Dole Blade, Aegislash next? All right. Now, this was a very interesting figure when it came out because I don't think this was the first figure, but it was one of the first figures that had like built-in plates with their abilities. So, had the No Guard ability. Spectral. I didn't realize that. But this Pokemon may MP move through other Pokemon on the field because it is Ghost. If this Pokemon or its battle opponent spin a blue attack, shift the spin to an attack next to it instead. And this thing basically just hit for 100 damage. I mean, unless you hit Swords Dance and then dodge. But I think it's fairly easy to evolve. Steel Z-move and Ghost Z-moves. Not terrible. I want to put this... And with X speed, this thing easily... Like, do you think it's enough to be a C? Or... I would say D. Yeah.
I think it's closer to a D.
Yeah, I'm gonna go D. D.
Yeah, it was a good check to Celebi, definitely.
True.
Power Battle or X Speed. But I think that's the thing with Hone Edge is like it really needs a plate, like an X Speed or a Power Battle.
But yeah. All right. Looks like the majority of people are saying D. Hone Edge. You're with the D's. Hey, my boy Doublade. So my boy Doublade was one of the figures that helped me get to 4K. And the reason why I used Doublade was because we were kind of still seeing Lucarios in the meta. And this was my Lucario check with the, what was it, Power Battle? Yeah, it was a Power Battle. So same ability. No Guard Spectral. Yeah, same ability. Swords Dance, so it can hit for 200 damage. And the Metal Sound, all adjacent Pokemon gain weight. The purple attacks of the Pokemon hit by this attack will be a miss during the next turn. Love Doublade. It can evolve into Aegislash. We know what kind of a physical beast Aegislash is. Can move through figures. Easy evolution. Great typing. I think I'm gonna go B with this. I'd
agree with that. It's really beneficial, like everything you said. And Metal Sound is actually a really nice move.
Yeah. B. All right, yeah. And I'm pretty sure I used this to check Rhyperior as well. All right.
We have to wait a little bit to get to Aegislash.
Oh, Aegislash is the next? Okay.
It's coming up.
Okay. Inkay, Upside Down Evolution. When this Pokemon moves from the PC to the bench, it can evolve Malamar. We know what Malamar does, but we'll get there when we get there. Let's talk about the wheel. It's got Hypnosis, 2-star purple. Puts them to sleep. Psybeam, which confuses them. And then Hide. If one of your own Pokemon neighbors this Pokemon, the two switch places. Now, I used, let's see, I want to say when the Deoxys deck was still around when it was still meta, and this came out. I think I ran Inkay into Malamar because if I got attacked by DOA, I would want to land my Psybeam because then the DOA would kind of be neutralized. It would be confused. And then once I'm in the PC, I would max revive right away to get the evolution, and then I would have a 3-star, what was it, Mass Hypnosis or whatever?
Yep.
Yeah, so but considering everything that I said, is that enough to move it from a D to a C?
I mean, it does have a pretty good wheel, but I think if I'm thinking about what else we put in C, I don't
Yeah.
think it goes with them.
Yeah, that's exactly. I just looked at that and I saw Terrakion the first thing, and like Uniclus, Seismitoad. I'm like, yeah, I think I want to put him in the D tier. Chat, what's chat saying?
It'd be like a
D. Tarvold says C, D. Oh, then it goes C minus D. All right, so it looks like it's gonna go with D. Okay. D. Cool. Malamar. Here we go. We have the enigmatic signal. Jeez. Yes. All right. So we were talking about this last stream, but we'll figure out what it actually does. 4 effects that move this Pokemon's battle opponent. You decide whether it is used, which Pokemon is targeted, and where the targeted Pokemon will be moved to. But yeah, exactly. So you would attack DOA and you'd make them switch with. I usually went DOD because at this point I would have a 3-star Mass Hypnosis because I did pull off the evolution. And I didn't want to go switch into DOS. I didn't want him to land his gold. It's happened before. Because of that, typing's pretty decent.
It also helped against Zoroark as well.
What do you mean?
Because you could choose whether or not they switch to Zoroark.
Oh, I never even thought of that, or you saw that, or used that. Interesting.
I mean, I don't think I tested it, but I'm pretty sure that it works.
I want to say, what are you thinking here? I mean, you can run X speed with it. It's a gold and purple. But it's very, C?
I want to say it's a C.
Yeah, I think C. Chat, let's see. C, B minus C plus C, counter squared. So, ooh, it does counter squared. Sleep C. All right, looks like everybody's saying C. All right. Malamar. All right, let's move on. I'll be right back. I need to blow my nose, but right before I do that, I'll think of this. Phantom. All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, chat. Welcome to the Hero Koami stream. How's everybody doing?
All right, for me, Phantom was always annoying to go up against. Early in the game, in the grass gym, everybody always had Phantom, rushing the entry points, moving through figures, great survivability with Protect and Confuse Ray. And then what else did it do? On the field, this Pokemon can pass through the Pokemon. Attach a Force Mischief marker to any Psychic-type Pokemon that battles this Pokemon. While that marker is attached, that Pokemon is not. Oh yeah. So it kind of checked the Cosmo Energy, like the Deox decks. Okay, let's see. Mobility, be able to move through. You have to think of when it was used at the height of the Deoxys meta. So I want to say a C for this one. It got to factor in Grass Sphere, even though people stopped using it at the, before, when Grass Sphere came out, but got to kind of factor that in there. I think I'm going to go with a C on this. What are you thinking, Steve?
Yeah, I think for me it's like a little bit better than Haunter because it's grass and Confuse Ray is 3-star.
You think it's
I don't know. I don't know if I like it in C. I think I want to say D.
D? Okay, that's fair. All right, chat. What we got? Final ranking for Phantom here. Yeah, I think I would still like C. You say D. Chat's D, C, C. Don't think it deserves C. Okay, so wait. You said D. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, looks like most people say D. D is the majority. Phantom. Luigi, what are you saying B minus to? Phantom? Trevenant. Okay, so I love Trevenant when I was rocking my first grass deck with Leafeon, Whimsicott. I even ran Grovyle.
Yeah.
I don't know. So let's go over the ability. The Forest Mystery. Pokemon that have battled this Pokemon become grass type while they are on the field, but they stop being grass type if they leave the field. Your Pokemon on the field can move over this Pokemon using... I didn't know that. I did not know that. Destiny Bond. We know Destiny Bond can do... Smash was pretty good. Hit for 110. And the manipulative one other grass type Pokemon on the field that is not frozen may be moved within its MP range. The moved Pokemon gains weight. If Pokemon in one of your opponent's... Wait. If the moved Pokemon is one of the opponent's Pokemon that... Okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot. It falls asleep. 1 MP was really tough. What?
Yeah, it has a really nice wheel, in combination with its ability. Because like Destiny Bond is always pretty good, and manipulative. Even if the opponent doesn't have any grass types yet, like if you can still move your figure, that's pretty beneficial. Yeah, 1 MP is really holds it back. So like I think it is closer to a C. I don't think it's D, but 1 MP makes it pretty close.
Right? I know that the 1 MP makes me want to put it there, but it looks like everybody's saying C, so we'll throw them in C. Trevenant. All right, next one. Oh, yeah, Pumpkaboo. Every Halloween, man, I always brought this deck out. I remember trolling people with it. It's the best, dude. And I remember when the ability for the Gourgeist was actually to exclude and not to just KO. So we do have the Infiltrator just able to move through. Mobility is pretty good. And then the Trick or Treat's what it's known for. 3-star purple. Attach your pumpkin marker to the battle opponent. Other Pokemon may MP move through other Pokemon that have pumpkin markers attached to it. I never used it for that purpose. I totally even forgot that I did that. Bullet Seed, I mean, it's a spinner. You could run it with Heracross, but people don't really. I'm pretty sure I was like the only one who actually ran this deck. X-Speed's pretty good though. I mean, you can freely attack Dawnwings here. Like with an X speed, like you're not even scared to attack into Dawnwings with an X speed. So just because of the niche, mobility, Grass Sphere. Part of me, because I'm biased, like biased me wants to put him in B, but I think it's a C. Damn.
I'm gonna agree with chat and think it's a B.
No, no, you guys. Fine. D it is.
Sorry, Rico.
Dude, I loved running this thing. All right. Is it Gourgeist next? It is Gourgeist. Okay, Gourgeist, the Harvest Festival. If this Pokemon is knocked out, Pokemon that have pumpkin markers are also knocked out. This Pokemon can't be moved through other Pokemon on the field. It did have Explosion, Trick or Treat. We know what Trick or Treat does. It does have the Shadow Sink, so it does have Gold to the Will, and then Seed Bomb, which is 90. It's honestly, dude, if the Pumpkaboo is a D, see the thing for me is I would Gourgeist kind of just chills in the back for me, and then I have was it 2? I think it was 2 Pumpkaboos who were more on the offense. I like Pumpkaboo. I think I like Pumpkaboo a little more. Actually, I don't know. They're probably the same. I mean, they have synergy together, but they also kind of have different functions where, well, I guess it's kind of the same. I think if you guys put Pumpkaboo in D tier, then I would go Gourgeist also in D tier, maybe C tier. What do you think?
Yeah, probably.
D?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a little bit better than Pumpkaboo, but not by much, I don't think.
What? Date? It wasn't hard to exclude. Dude, it was... I felt like I was able to pull it off relatively easily when I ran Pumpkaboos with it. But yeah, when they buffed it or nerfed it, yeah, it did make it a little worse. So, but okay, that's fine. D it is. Next, Bergmite. Oh my goodness! All right, I remember when I don't remember who it was who like kind of showed off how the ice deck works. It might have been Jake. I'm not sure. But we do have the Ice Scramble. Before using this Pokemon, you may move this Pokemon on the bench next to one of your Avalog on the field. If you do, this Pokemon's MP is 1. Frozen Pokemon next to this Pokemon cannot be tagged. Was that added? The tagged part? Or was that always a thing?
I don't remember. I mean, I remember it always being there, but I don't know if it ever wasn't.
Yeah, so people would run the Avalog, and then you just bring on the Bergmite, which was next to the Avalog, and then you got to move it 1 MP. Double Edge KOs both you. Ice Fang to freeze you. It's ice typing. What does Harden do? If the battle opponent spends an attack of 100 damage or less, this Pokemon is not knocked out. This Pokemon is on the field. The attacks of this Pokemon, other than Harden, deal plus 10. I didn't know that. The deal plus 10 damage. Just because of what it... I want to say... I don't know. Double Edge KOs you. Ice Beam freezes... Or Ice Fang freezes you. It was annoying in Ice Deck. It really was.
Yeah, and like what a lot of people would do is get Avalug on the goal, and then you can just continuously put Bergmite next to it.
Yeah.
On the bench.
Yeah, so kind of like the Lady and a Ladybug. I guess, but better. C, probably? No lower than a C for its niche?
Yeah, I think the fact that it can trap a frozen figure... Like,
oh, that too.
That's really strong. So yeah, I think that warrants a C.
C.
And its ability to just stall out the game.
True. I remember when I was climbing to 4K and I got matchup against an Isaac. I was like, I don't know, like maybe 3.8, like high 3.8, and I was playing somebody at 3.4 with this deck, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm about to lose this. I'm going to lose so much rating. I was so mad. All right, next, Avalog. Avalog, I mean, do we need to talk much here on Avalog? Because, I mean, you're going to run it with the Bergmites. If Bergmite's in C, I kind of want to put him in C here with it, because the dodge is just so big. Great survivability. Hyper Beam does a lot of damage. Ice Fang freezes you, so it's not a bad goalie. Dude, I forgot the cheese with this. Remember, you would do the Rotom. You would do Rotom, Frost Rotom. What would you do though? You would pull a Pokemon Switch with the Avalog, so you can be right next to the goalie, and then you would just use its ability to switch spots and win. Oh, dude, I remember that. But yeah, I don't think it's any. I don't think it deserves a B. It might not even deserve C, honestly, because of its mobility.
Definitely stand alone. I think it's worse than Bergmite.
Yeah.
But if we, because it has the Ice Z move, which is really good, and having a big dodge is bad against Z moves, but
right.
Like outside of that, like it's hard to KO without a Z move. Or at least you have like a 50% chance to.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it is also 1 MP. I kind of want to put it in D.
I kind of want to do too.
A lot of people are saying C.
Right.
And I don't think I can really argue with that either.
All right. I guess we'll go with C then. Tarvold, I actually never ran it with Curlio, but I see your point. Like it's actually really good. Dude, what? Curlia? Tapu Lele? Like take the entry point.
Then you have like 4 figures just for one cheese.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But that's something that I would totally do.
Yeah.
All right. Noibat. Okay, so Noibat. When did this happen? What was it? It was when I think it was once we started getting Alterias, and Noivern became a huge threat because Noibat was very easy to evolve with the Whirlwind, and then Noivern. Did you run the molting? Not the molting energy, the Wing Sphere, so you can move through figures. The golds became white. He did a ton of damage because of the Altaria buff, and I forgot what his purple was. But anyway, we'll just do the Noibat. Sonic Blast when this Pokemon moves from the bench to the field. Remove weight from all your Pokemon on the field. I never even used that to my knowledge. Supersonic cause confusion. The only downfall, obviously, is the Air Cutter. And, yeah, I want to say... Oh, it's 3 MP. Totally forgot about that. Let's see. Is that enough to move from a D to a C? I don't know. It's just very... I feel like it was kind of inconsistent to get the evolution off. And it's a 1-star purple.
Yeah, Whirlwind is really small, and it's 1. I mean, like, it does have a good evolution, and the fact that it can evolve with Whirlwind. Give it some points.
Well, you know what? Actually, if you did run this with Alterias, it's a runner that can take out other runners fairly easy because of the damage buff. So we could take out Celebi. I think I got to factor that in there. But I don't know. I kind of still want to... I want to put him in D tier, but because of the possibility of what it can do after it evolves, and because of mobility, that makes me want to put it in C tier. But I'm kind of... I don't know. We'll see. What do you think?
I guess we can put it C.
C. Chat saying C. Tarvold says B minus. Removing weight, good niche, considering weight decks lay on. Oh, the stack. Yeah, because the stack attacker. It's about on par with Murkrow. Oh, interesting. We actually did put Murkrow in B tier.
Yeah, I think I would move Murkrow down with Noibat too, though. When we do that.
Yeah, when we do that. Okay. Right now, chat looks like the majority of people here are saying C. Luigi says D. But looks like I think we'll go with the majority. And here we go, Noivern. The supersonic speed, if this Pokemon has evolved, all gold attacks of the battle opponents of this Pokemon become white attacks. Do you have Hurricane? What are you looking for?
A pen.
I have one. All right, it's right there.
Yes.
Stop. Weird. Stop. So Boom Burst does 150 damage. An opposing Pokemon adjacent to the battle opponent spins. If it spins a gold attack, it is knocked out. I totally forgot about that added effect. Dragon Pulse deals plus 50 damage for the opponent that has Dragon typing. So, I mean, you ran this in a Dragon deck. With the buffs, too. Like, so it hits for 100, the Dragon Pulse. With the buffs from, let's say, 2 Alterias is 140. And the Boom Burst hits for, like, 190, almost 200 damage. Not bad, and especially if you have the Wing Sphere and you pulled off the evolution. If all of that worked, I would put it in A. But if you don't get the evolution off, I would say B. Hurricane was nice too because what did it do? Move the opponent to the bench, and then all the flying type Pokemon had weight 3. So, oh yeah, also in the Fan Rotom, the cheese, right? Turn everything into a flying type, land Hurricane, everything has to gain weight. I think he only had a Hurricane like once or twice, right? To end the game for on a weight win?
Yeah, if everything was on the field, then you would just win immediately, unless they had plates.
Right.
So you would run like Mega Absol too.
So, oh yeah, you're right. So with everything considered...
So, like, the Noivern, I think, requires a lot of setup to be at its best.
Yes.
It is decent even outside of that, just because Hurricane is a pretty good move.
Mm-hmm. I'm inclined to... Dude, this one's kind of tough. For me, I want to say, like, high C, low B.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling, but I don't know which one I would want it in.
Right. That's kind of where I'm at. Chat, let us know. Give us some help. Tarvold says C+. Okay. Assuming evolved B from hype, unevolved C, B, otherwise C.
I think I'll put it C.
C. I'm gonna go C as well. Got a few B's though. B tier if it was evolved, C tier standalone. Yeah. Okay, well, let's just go with standalone.
Yeah, because there's a lot of figures that, like, that can improve, that they have like the potential to, but it's like how much do you have to invest to make them good? And like if you don't have to invest very much, then they're like a higher tier.
Yeah, and then what happens if you do make all this investment, but you don't hit the roll, and your window of opportunity ended? You know what I mean? Because you only have like a small window, like maybe 3 turns to work with, and if it doesn't work, then how is it after that? Yeah, I guess for right now, I guess we'll stick with C.
I think that's
Ooh, Aegislash. All right.
my boy. I love Aegislash.
I think this is easily okay. How are we gonna rate this though? We have both forms.
I think Aegislash is fine to be one.
That's what I think too. And I think it's easily an S. Moves through figures. Yeah, easy. I think we don't even really need to talk about it. Great typing. We know what it does. It's 2 forms to change.
Tarvold says it's overrated, which I kind of agree with, because it can sometimes it can be pretty frustrating for the user. It's like, oh, I needed to hit gold, but it hit King Shield.
Oh yeah, dude.
And the shield form doesn't always give you what you want either.
True.
But I think it's just really just so strong with that ability to hit range 2 with a big gold.
Oh yeah, the range, the gold.
This is my figure right here.
It's able to deal with like it KO'd Mew, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it KO'd Mew.
Range 2 just ignores like everything.
Yeah, because of that. Yeah, I think it's easy as.
Yeah, maybe we should explain what it does.
Okay. Let's just go over the ability. Stance change B. This Pokemon can only be set as a form in a deck. At the start of your turn, this Pokemon may change its form to Shield form. On the turn this Pokemon appears with its form changed. This Pokemon's MP is 2, and it can attack Pokemon that are 2 steps away. When it does, this Pokemon's attacks have range 2. Your Pokemon on the field may MP move through this Pokemon. When this Pokemon leaves the field... Oh, wait, I didn't know that your Pokemon can move through this one.
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know that. But yeah, but basically what Steven was saying is like the range 2 ignored the abilities. Like, it ignored anything, yeah. So, like, it was able to take out Mew. It was able to take out Zoro. What other things was it able to take out? Luigi, whose fault is that? Celebi. Oh, yeah, Celebi, Grass Knight. Yeah, like, dude, this thing is just... Photon, you're right, guys. The Photon getting rid of its ability. Even doing the Dawn Wings, like, evolving the Dawn Wing, or going from Necrozma to Dawn Wings Necrozma. How did he do that? I forgot how he did that.
The Ultra Necrozma plate, or the Ultra Burst.
Oh yeah. No, not the Ultra Burst.
Oh, you mean that? You had to exclude Lunala.
That's what it was. Yeah, I had to exclude something, and then you get to pick something like, what was it, 1 step away or 2 steps away to like remove their ability. Yeah, that I remember playing Aegislashes and just made them like sitting ducks. So
yeah, that's true.
That was fun.
Because Photon Geyser can shut it down with their ability.
Necrorizer, that's what it was.
I guess for that reason, I would say you kind of just play around that, because I would attack a Dawn Wings from range 2 just to get rid of its ability, and then from that point on, I always have a goal.
It's just
like Spook said.
It's just so hard though, because when somebody had this on their in their deck, you're like, how can I get close to this thing without it attacking me? Like, you had to just like, okay, I'm gonna move here, and I just have to hope it doesn't land Shadow Snake. Like, it was just such a threat, because it could
and like it would help you win a lot of like matchups that your opponent would give you, because like when you set up your board, let's say your opponent blocks you with something, you can come up with from behind with Aegislash to take out what they're blocking with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it mitigates so much of the risk that comes with attacking. because really Aegislash is just good because of range 2.
Yep.
Like, I think if it didn't have range 2, it would be like an A, I guess. Just because like switching the forms with the big gold is still good, but because it has range 2, it's an S.
Fair. All right, let's move on. Aegislash, we already talked about it.
Yeah, I think I told you. Well, I know I told you. I loved running Aegislash with Zoroark because a lot of people would try to Z move the shield form, and so I would
switch with Zoro. Yeah.
And changing forms resets Zoroark's ability to switch with it. So if I attack with Blade form and then switch without attacking, so like I'm in shield form now, then it's still able to switch with Zoro. So it helped protect it a lot.
Oh, I never did that. That's awesome. But yeah, okay, we just put them in 1 because they are essentially 1. So yeah, because you couldn't run it by itself, right? Yeah, you couldn't. Could you? No.
Well, you could run the shield form, but then it's kind of
pointless.
I think it's fair to put it as 1.
All right, Mega Scissor. Oh man, I was disappointed with Scissor and Mega Scissor when they came out. I just wanted them to be better. I didn't want them to have dodge, but let's talk about what it can do. It has the Crimson Alloy. Crimson Alloy. This Pokemon can MP move over other Pokemon on the field. If a battle opponent of this Pokemon spins an attack of 120 or more damage, attach a crack marker to the battle opponent, and then you buff yourself by 20. Crush of Doom. If the battle opponent has a cracked marker on it, exclude the battle opponent from the duel unless it's a fire type. I've actually excluded Rayquaza or Mega Ray doing this. It was quite nice. Bullet Punch 90 and then the dodge. So it can move 3 figures. It buffs itself. It hits pretty decently. Bullet Punch is, you can deal with purple. 0 miss at level 5. Steel typing is pretty good. It's not meta defining, so it's definitely not an S tier.
Yeah, I think Scissor's main, like the thing that could have made Scissor better is if it was like Kartana, where its ability let it exclude stuff, but because it's tied just to Crush of Doom, that means you rely on the randomness a lot more to get the exclusion off. And you only have 7 turns to do that as well.
True.
So if it doesn't work out, then it feels like you could have just ran something else. But yeah, overall, it's still a good figure. Good typing, high damage, big gold.
Final thoughts, raking.
Like chat's going B.
Chat's going B.
I think I'm inclined to agree with that.
Yeah, I think I will too. Hyphenated, you missed Aegislash. That's kind of like, I think, the only thing that you missed. Which, by the way, we put in S tier. All right, Mega Scizor. Moving on. Mega Gengar. Okay, Mega Gengar. I would kind of say meta. It definitely made a big splash in the meta, simply because of its ability to rush, to the ability to make it so you couldn't move. So let's just talk about it. Otherworldly Talons. This Pokemon can MP move through other Pokemon on the field. Next Pokemon next to this Pokemon cannot move using the effects of attacks, abilities, or energies. Opposing Pokemon next to this Pokemon cannot make MP moves, and it buffs itself. So Abyssal Grip was actually pretty decent too. If this Pokemon faints, the battle opponent moves to your PC. So it made a big splash when it came on the meta.
This was sort of like, I don't remember if Rush was really a thing before this, but like when Mega Gengar came out, it was always Koko and Gengar.
Yep.
You would lead Koko, you would throw out Gengar, and then you just have like both entry points locked down.
Yep.
So yeah, it was really scary, and like you said, with Abyssal Grip, attacking into it can sometimes lead to you losing out on a figure.
Yep. This one's, I don't know. I kind of want to go S. But well, I mean, we didn't really see that much Mega Gengar towards the end of the game.
I think the main problem it had was that Gengar itself sort of became harder to use.
True.
But Mega Gengar is really, really good. And I think if Gengar itself was better, it definitely would have been in the meta a lot more. I think I think for the Mega, I kind of want to say S because it's a really strong 3MP Shuppet.
Fair. Yeah, you're right. It looks like
That's always good.
this figure single-handedly ruined the game. Really hyphenated. No, like you're kind of right. Like, because as soon as you saw the Coco and the Gengar, you knew exactly what was going to happen. You're like, dude, there's nothing I can do here. There's legitimately nothing I can do here. Like and it was before we had other things that allowed. It was like before Tapu Fini, wasn't it? Like before we can just come on the end or come on the board if your entry points were taken. Like you had to think a lot more. So yeah, I can agree. With people saying S tier. So yeah, I'll put Mega Gengar in S tier.
I'm gonna go get some water. Do that.
All right, chat. I think I'm gonna take this opportunity to also grab some water. So just give me like 1 minute. Hey, what's up, Bill? All right, cool. I got some water. Made me get some water too. Oh, here we go. How fitting, Tapu Koko. All right, boys and girls. We had this terrible time that we were going through in Pokemon Duel. Okay, it was like 6 months of Deoxys, Cosmo Energy. And then we got our savior, the Malamar. It was amazing. And then 4 days later, Tapu Koko comes out and rip to Malamar. So now that we got that out of the way, we have the fairy, introducing fairy typing. I mean, we had fairy typings, but this was like the first fairy that was like used because it was a runner, can move through figures. Let's just go over the ability real quick. This ability is only valid on your turn. This Pokemon can MP move past non-fairy type Pokemon on the field. When this Pokemon is on the field, your electric type Pokemon deal plus 30 damage. That was such a big thing. We were like, oh my god. When we get the other Tapus, like, are they going to be the same thing? Are they going to be 3MP? Are they going to buff plus 30 to whatever typing they are? This effect is not cumulative. It removes a sleep condition from Pokemon within 2 steps of this Pokemon. How annoying. Wild Charge, this Pokemon gains weight, so it buffs itself. Mela Wish, you may exclude it, and your other Pokemon gets 3 MP and able to move through figures. Fairy typing's pretty decent.
This was like, I'm pretty sure it was Shuppet and then Koko. I think this was the second 3MP move through figure.
I think you're right.
Oh no, because Ghastly was there too.
Right.
But this was like the second one that was used a lot. Like a lot of people replaced Shuppet with Koko.
Oh, hype! You mad at Coco? Same with Dolaris.
Yeah, it was like it became the runner.
Oh yeah,
every day.
You know what? And I think because of that, just what you said, it became the runner until we got Celebi and Marshadow, which I would class them in an S tier.
Well, the thing is like Coco. Coco sort of fell behind when
Yeah,
Marshadow and some of the others came out.
You're right.
I'm leaning kind of towards like A or really high B
Yeah,
with Coco.
I could see that. Just because like it is Zemu fodder. Yeah, it just as the game progressed, the usability of Coco just seemed to decline a lot. So yeah, it's definitely not S tier. But just the impact it caused when it first came on the scene wants me to put it there. But as we ended the game, yeah, I think I would say the same thing. High B, low A. Chat, what are we thinking? Ooh, Hype says it's still an S tier. I wasn't here for Celebi, but didn't Celebi have an ability to rewind turn? Yeah, Luigi. Oh my God, Luigi. It was annoying. So we'll get there when we get there. When we review the aliens, because that's when they used it, and that's when people just went crazy with it, and that's when Gigs got to like 4.3 or something like that, and he was kind of like bragging like he was like amazing. And dude, he got so much hate. Like all the Japanese players like turned him into a meme. It was quite funny. Like I like Gigs, but like I'm like, bro, if you're gonna do this and like broadcast it and like kind of like show off that you're like good, like you kind of deserve what's coming your way, because that was zero skill strategy there.
Yeah, with Coco, Melee Wish is a legit win condition as well, because like if you have something on the entry point,
Ooh, true.
2 MP, or it can't move through something, like that can just let you take the win. Yeah, I'm sticking with A for my ranking here.
Yeah, chat. Final ranking here. A for Steven, A for Date, B for Tarvold, S for Hype. A, Melee Wish is scary. All right, looks like we're seeing mostly A's, which I kind of want to put it in there as well, so we'll go there.
It did also benefit from Z moves, because Fairy at least gave it some removal.
Yep.
So that's good for it too.
Oh, Luigi, people did that. All right, next one. Let's go Vica Volt. All right, now when Vica Volt came on the scene, I thought the design is cool. Like I thought it was pretty cool, but this Pokemon just never really saw the light of day. I mean, the ability is not that great. Spark Noise, when this Pokemon moves from the bench to the field, the Pokemon on the opponent's bench spin. Pokemon that spin a purple attack gain weight. Zap Cannon was actually not that bad. The battle opponent and Pokemon in a straight line directly behind it become paralyzed. Those Pokemon gain weight. Volt Switch, which this Pokemon switches with the Pokemon on your bench or in your PC. And Air Slash, the battle opponent gains weight. I don't see this. I don't even see this really in a B tier. I kind of want to put this in C tier. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I'm honestly leaning kind of towards B.
Ooh. Hold up. Let me see if we even have any.
I mean, I think it's better than a lot of what's in D, so maybe it is a C then.
I just want to see if we have any EXs in the D tier.
Yeah, we do. We put Typhlosion in D.
Oh yeah, Typhlosion is like an E.
And I think Chestnut is in D as well.
Oh yeah, you're right. All right, let's see. Chat C. Grubbin was good for removing plates that evolve. Wait, what? You could get a 1-turn win with this thing. Wait, how would you?
If you went first.
Oh, and everything spun.
And everything spun purple, but the thing is, like, they can also just like use a double.
Yeah, they can use a plate.
And then you would have to use another Vica Volt and have them all spin purple again.
Dude,
I mean, like, yes.
Imagine that. Really cool. Imagine that you have 3 Vica Volts, and each time they came on. Oh God.
Yeah, that would be very cool, but I think it's really unlikely.
Yeah.
And I don't think Vica Volt does enough when it's on the field either.
Yeah.
Slash is bad. Volt Switch is only 1 star. Volt Switch is a good move, but it's only 1
star. Yeah.
And Zap Cannon paralyzes a lot of stuff, but
yeah.
I guess it's a C.
All right.
That's what chat's saying.
Chat says C. We'll put it in C. It's a large if. I know, hype, but it would be pretty funny. All right. Ooh, Magnezone. Okay, Magnezone was kind of interesting. I think before it got buffed, I think it was interesting because the evolution Was the evolution fairly easy to get? I couldn't remember if it was easy to get.
You would just like X speed or Z move with Magneton.
And Magneton was pretty good because of, what did it have? Tri-attack and you became status or something?
Yeah,
But-
it was either frozen, burned, or paralyzed.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about it. 2 MP, Enhanced Core. When this Pokemon is on the field, your Pokemon that are both electric and steel type deal plus 20 damage. So this thing hits for 140, 150 if it evolved. If this Pokemon evolves, it gains plus 1 MP. So I think that's what the buff was. It was a plus.
It used to also be 1 MP.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that. I mean, and then you run this with Coco, like, and it's still. I mean, this thing's not bad at all. It's really not bad. Great Z move within the steel typing. Damage is pretty good too, because of the buff it gives itself. You can run X speed with it. I kind of want to put it in a B tier, honestly. Let's see. What are your thoughts? What's chat saying? Ooh, A from Dolaris.
Yeah, it buffs itself. It can potentially stack that. Pretty decent wheel. Much better if it's evolved, of course. And I don't think evolving it is too hard, but it's, like you rely on X speed or the Z move.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right there, Speed. I mean, even with Coco support,
Yeah,
with
'cause
Coco
like
support, it's plus 50 with Coco support.
Yeah,
Damn.
I would say just damage isn't enough to like boost it a whole lot. Well, I mean, that does really help it.
Yeah, dude, it hits for 170. A 170 X speed? Like, still Z move? I'm fine with C. Or I mean B. But yeah, Steven, what do you thoughts? Or Frank?
I'm not sure. I'm jumping between C and B. I'm closer to C, I think.
C, okay. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll stick with that just for now.
Okay, C. Oh, Tarvold changed it. Wait, Electric did have better options. Might change to C. Actually, C. Oh, shit. Okay, everybody's changing now. For some reason I thought Magnezone had Levitate. Electric did have better options. Okay, that's fair. Everybody says C. Well, that's what we'll go with. I remember, I think it was K-Dub. I think Kenny loved running Magnezone for a little bit. All right.
It's really cool.
Next. The Miss King, Solgaleo. And also the Mew counter.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Solgaleo. Full metal body. The battle opponent of this Pokemon cannot move by effects other than the attacks of this Pokemon until the end of the battle. If this Pokemon is not affected by a special condition, markers from the attacks of the battle opponent cannot be attached to this Pokemon. That was pretty big. So this thing could not be can have a marker on it. It does have the same ability like with Lunala where like they can't switch. Psychic Steel Z typing really good. Flare Blitz does cause burn, but the Sun Strikes or Sun Steel Strike, the battle opponent just moves you to the PC. It doesn't KO you, it moves you to the PC. I don't know. It was good, but there was other things that just outclassed it. Pure White Will, status destroys it. I'm like between B. Actually, I think B. I don't know if I really want to put it in A.
Yeah, my initial thought is B.
B? Okay. Let's see what chat is saying. A was somewhat easy to remove, but consistently gave it a proper niche. B, A minus. Countered squares, so OP A.
This is definitely one of my favorite figure designs, at least. It looks so good.
The Solgaleo?
Yeah, dude.
Let me see.
It's so cool. Just like the sun ring that it's coming out of.
You're right. That does look pretty cool. All right, looks like chat is saying A. The best Z move? Oh, fair. Yeah, with Psychic and Steel. All right. People are saying A. Let's go to A. I still think it's a B. high B, but whatever. Tapu Lele, Tarvold, tell me about it. Tapu Lele, Psychic Fairy, great typing. This ability is only valid on your turn. This Pokemon can't be moved past non-fairy type Pokemon on the field. When this Pokemon is on the field, your Psychic type Pokemon gain +1 star. So good. This is also good. The effect is not cumulative. The gold attacks of Pokemon within 2 steps of this Pokemon become white attacks. Dude, I loved rocking Tapu Lele. I loved running squared on Mega Ray. When Mega Ray would rush, we'd have Tapu Lele 2 steps away. We'd bait them to come up. We'd DC with the Gothita, go for that squared attack. Psyshock. If the battle opponent is affected by a special condition or has weight, the battle opponent is knocked out. The battle opponent gains weight 3. Moonblast does 99 damage. Remember when 99 damage first came on the scene? We're like, why is it 99? Well, it was to counter Mew. And then you do run this with the... why do I keep forgetting who this is, Steven? Cresselia hits for 149. The blue, the what do you say? Akala-Wish? Akala-Wish. You may exclude this Pokemon from the duel. If you do, your used plays all return to their unused state. We got to kind of consider the plate that the Tapu's got towards the end, where their misses became purples. That did, I forgot what it did. What did it do?
That's a good question. I think they also have a special Z move too.
Oh yeah, they did have a special Z move, Guardian Sphere. What was the Z move?
Well, it has that even without it, I think.
Guardian with the Lola.
Knocked out by this attack are temporarily excluded, moving to the PC 5 turns later. Which we also didn't mention Solgalio's Z move, but it's pretty good.
True.
Z move as well.
Yeah, I forgot about the Solgaleo Z move, but I really liked this figure. I honestly,
it's very, very good.
I want to put this in S tier. That's kind of where I'm at because it can move through figures, because of the +1 star, so good, because of what it does to gold attacks, because of the typing. I want to put this in S.
The plus star, the reason that's so good is because Lunala and Dawnwing were psychic, and they were like the best purple attackers in the game.
Yes, that's what. Yep, that's what I ran with. And
because they had Moongeist.
Like Tapu Lele was good in like many decks. It was good in Square deck. It was good in Alien decks. It was good in just pure like Lunala decks. Like
and a Akala Wish can potentially win you the game as well. Like if you get back a Mega Plate or like Ultra Burst or something to rush the goal.
Yeah.
Great Z moves. I think I don't really know. Like there's almost no drawbacks to Tapu Lele. I don't think it was meta defining, because I don't think a lot of people used it like extensively.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And that's what Hype said too.
It was very good.
That's what I think then. Okay, you're right. You and Hype are right. It was not meta defining, but I think that's because people slept on Lele. Like I don't think they realized how good it was. I want to put it in S tier, but you guys are right. It was not meta defining. Not many people used it. So I mean, if we're gonna go with A, if that's what you guys think, then yeah, I'll put it in A.
I like A.
A, okay.
Tarvold's still sticking with S.
Tarvold, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, but you guys are 100% right though. It was not meta defining. I think it was underrated. I think it was slept on. So, but we'll go with A. So Tapu Lele is in the A tier. I still think the figure it supports don't actually care about the extra value provided by Lele other than Goth. Wait, what? I still think the figures it supports don't actually care about the extra value. What do you mean? Like a 3-star Moongeist Beam? If you had that, like I was so confident running, like I would play sometimes I played who was it? Like who's that Japanese player that was really good? I played them and they had a Lunala or Dawnwings, but I had a 3-star Dawnwing, so I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm better." Like I could just freely attack and have a 3-star purple, and it was I either got the Moongeist Beam or the Photon. Was it Photon Geyser?
Yeah.
To remove the ability. I don't know. I think it supports a lot, but let's.
Yeah, I'm still inclined to say A, but it definitely I think it has enough to put it in S.
Yes.
But I think I still want to stick with A.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my feelings for it.
And you could, I mean, damn, dude. Like, you can attack it with this thing. You could be offensive with this thing. You can freely attack gold figures with this thing. Dude, this thing was so good. But, all right, if you guys want to say A, let's go A. Move on. Scissor. Scissor, the Steel Breaker. If the battle opponent of this Pokemon spins an attack of 130 damage or more, attach a correct marker to the battle opponent. We know what correct does. The Dodge, Bullet Punch, and the Crushing Squeeze. 150. If the battle opponent has a correct marker on it, this Pokemon takes no damage, and the battle opponent is knocked out, unless it's a Fire-type Pokemon. Where did we put Mega Scissor in B tier? I think that's also where Scissor belongs. Oh, damn.
I mean, Scissor's definitely worse because it can't move through.
Oh, true.
Include.
True.
I think it's
C?
I think it's like C.
C? Yeah, chat is saying C.
It's a pretty good C, but not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's much better.
That's
I do like it a lot.
Fair. All right, we'll go C. Lately, it's capable of killing. Tarvold, I agree with you, man. I definitely think it's S tier. I definitely do. But majority does not. Mega Gengar, we went S tier with Mega Gengar. Here we go. Luna, like S tier. Like, do we even really need to talk about it? S tier. The only downfall was it maximized its damage at 140 or 70, but you know its ability it halves. But it was to move through figures. The Moongeist Beam, the Z move.
Yeah, it has the best purple move.
Yes.
Guys, and the best Z move, which is Menacing Moonrays Maelstrom.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Easy S tier, easy meta defining. Everybody had it. Easy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess so, because like everyone really used it. It was really strong when it came out. I mean, even the Psychic Z move is good.
Oh, I forgot to talk about the typing.
suppose that's-
Yep. All right. Easy. Was always the meta. Used to define the meta and would always have been in the meta. It has a huge amount going for it. Yep. Lunala. Wait, Lunala above Solgaleo, but Solgaleo had a niche. It had a niche above it? What do you mean? Because of the typing in the Z move? Maybe they can go the same tier? No, there's no way. There's no way.
Lunala is definitely better.
Lunala is so like much superior. But tell me your reasoning below Tarvold. All right, next we have Gengar. Gengar is a... Let's just talk about Night Stalker. This Pokemon can pass through the Pokemon on. When it MP moves, if it passes through... Oh, yeah. If it passes through Poison, Noxious, or Sleeping Pokemon, they will faint. Now, I remember when Gengar came out, and I tried to showcase it mostly with, I think, Sleep. And it just didn't really work. Because I think... Did Darkrai come out with Gengar, or someone else came out with Gengar that wanted to use them both together? But the Nightshade does 100 damage, and then the Contagious Terror, the battle opponent, and succession of opposing Pokemon just to gain weight 3. The only threat Gengar had was when you saw Gengar at the beginning of the game, and you know it was going to Mega. Other than that,
Contagious Terror is pretty good.
You're right. I did see some cheese.
Yeah, you can potentially make like 2 or even 3 figures weight depending on how they're bunched up. But yeah, it definitely it fell off a little while after it came out. This was like Seismitoad's best friend, or Seismitoad was Gengar's
Yes,
best friend.
yes.
He had the poison.
Yep.
But yeah, it does have an amazing Mega. Let's see. I'm thinking like B for Gengar.
B. I can agree with B. I'm interested in Date though. Date, the Poison Master here. What are your thoughts? Give me your thoughts on Gengar. What do you think it belongs in? Yeah, I could see B just with its ability to move through figures, the amount of pressure it can have because of Mega Gengar, Contagious Terror with the weight. Yeah. Let's see. B says B as well. Phantom Energy, great, because it's guaranteed to kill. And that's true. B. All right. Looks like everybody's saying B. Throw a B on that. Gengar. Next up, Chandelure. Wait, Date, did you run Fire Dex too? I think you ran Fire Dex with Chandelure, didn't you? Or you ran... I think you ran branded. You in like SHD, or was it just SHD? I can't remember. But all right, let's talk about Soul Burner. If this Pokemon is knocked out by attack damage, you may exclude it from the duel. If you do, exclude opposing Pokemon that have a branded marker from the duel. This Pokemon can MP move through other Pokemon on the field. Now, I had the best branded gameplay. The ending was super sloppy, but I excluded like 3 figures. It was amazing. It was hard to pull off, but it worked. Inferno does 130 damage. Not bad. It can move through figures. It burns you if you get KO'd and you hit Inferno. Branded, if they are burned, it attaches the branded marker. Had a lot. It could be good, but there was a lot you had to do to set it up. I think I want to throw this in B. Same with Gengar. Thoughts?
Yeah, probably.
B, C plus for hyphenated, C for hype. Gengar was way better than this fraud. Damn, Tarvold, what did Chandelure do to you?
Well, he wanted Gengar an A, like a high A.
C, Gengar A. Wait, hold up. What was your argument to make Gengar A? The Phantom Energy, because is that what you're talking about? The Phantom Energy? Awesome with weight dex. What? With dex? Oh, with dex. I'm assuming you're saying. Oh, and Marshadow. I can see. Okay, I see what you're saying. But we went with the majority. And that's where it is. And the majority here says Chandelure C. So, guess we're going with C. Next up, we have Decidua. Decidua is so... You know what's funny? So, somebody I play with on Pokemon Sword and Shield, he calls Decidua Decadui. Luigi, tell him. Luigi knows. He calls him Decadui. But, all right. Decidua, grass typing, grass sphere, grass knot, phantom arrow. An opposing Pokemon adjacent to the battle opponent spins. If it spins a purple attack, it is knocked out. This thing can snipe, get double KOs. Spirit Shackle. The battle opponent gains weight 5. It can kind of protect the goal. If you have nothing, the opponent's about to win, you just DC try to get the Spirit Shackle to make sure they gain weight. Entry Shot. When this Pokemon moves from the bench to the field or appears as an evolution, spins for opposing Pokemon on an entry point. If purple attack is spun, knock the opposing Pokemon out. This Pokemon can MP move through other Pokemon. So, hey, Ray, you want to come on the board from the bench? You're 1 MP? Cool. Let me bring on the Decidua. Decidua had a lot going for it. Fairly easy to evolve too. When you got a fully evolved Decidua, it's pretty scary. So, all right, I'm just gonna go Grass Knot, Grass Sphere, ability to move through figures, Entry Shot, the Phantom Arrow, and Spirit Shackle. I think A, honestly. C from Date? What? B for hype.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like B or A.
Wait, you guys are talking about gens?
Spirit Shackle locks down a figure for a few turns. Grass Knot deals with big damage figures. It's a little small though, but still there. And Phantom Arrow as a big gold is really nice. And its ability can be pretty good. It's mostly, I think its ability is mostly for like picking off stuff on your entry points, because a lot of times the opponent doesn't usually have a figure on theirs. But either way, that's still a pretty good ability, and it moves through stuff as well.
Yeah, you could actually, like, if your entry points were sealed and they weren't ghost types and you didn't have Phantom Sphere, you could just long throw, and if they spun purple, like, yeah, they'd come off. So, but because the will is kind of inconsistent, with all the potential, I want to say A, but because the will's kind of inconsistent, I want to knock it down to a B. What's up, Frankie Alaska?
I might actually put it A.
A? All right. So let's see. We have A, B. Spooky spooks.
The thing is, like, I didn't see Decidua ran a whole lot. Like even though I'm thinking it's an A, I don't know if a lot of people ran it as if it was an A. If that makes sense, I don't know. Because I think a lot of times it was overshadowed, but I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
It actually was the best Z mover. Remember when Z moves first came out and you can only have the 3 typings, the grass, water, and fire? Decidua was the best. But I think we have the majority from A. So
Yeah, I like A.
all right, I guess we'll go A. Where's my? Oh. All right, Decidua. I put Decidua in A, and it's sitting right next to Tapu Lele, and I'm just like, Tapu Lele is so much better than the Decidua. Tarvold, I want to put him in S. All right, Incineroar. Too bad Incineroar is absolute garbage in this game, but in like the main series, it's so good competitively. But all right, so it does have the Bust-In ability. This Pokemon can MP move from the bench past Ghost-type Pokemon and Pokemon affected by special conditions. So, I mean, I liked the ability because mostly Ghost Pokemon were the ones who had your entry points. Flare Blitz, it does cause the burn, Darkest Laria. If the battle opponent is knocked out, move the Pokemon adjacent to the battle opponent, excluding this one, to the bench. Pretty kind of niche. Never really used that much. And then the Suplex moves the battle opponent to a point. One step behind this Pokemon, the battle opponent gains weight. Fire Dark. I don't know.
The thing is with suplex is like it's usually not a good thing because if you're in the lane and you suplex, then your opponent can just surround you now.
Yeah. So you would kind of have to set it up as like a surround yourself.
Yeah, you would have to set it up before you suplex, kind of like you would do with Heracross, I guess, with the rare Heracross.
Oh yeah, the head toss or whatever. So I kind of want to put this thing in like C. I think Linton's better than this. Torracat even might be better than this. But I'm leaning.
It can at least bust in with its ability. Darkest Lariat can potentially get rid of 2 figures. Suplex is hit or miss, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, I guess C is alright.
C. All right, chat. Looks like C is about right. All right, let's move on to the next one. And I will be back. Ooh, Tapu Bulu. I can't wait to talk about this one. Hold on.
I love Tapu Bulu. I never really used it that much, though. Hey, I like your thinking, chat. B for Tapu Bulu.
B for the Bulu. All right, let's talk about Bulu. The Grassy Surge. This ability is only valid on your turn. This Pokemon can MP move past non-fairy type Pokemon on the field. When this Pokemon is on the field, your grass type Pokemon ignore knockout and movement causing effects of opponents' attacks. Removes the weight condition from your Pokemon within 2 steps from the Pokemon of this Pokemon. So it kind of has a built-in Grass Sphere. We talked about the weight decks with the Crawdont. The Ula Wish, what did that do again? You may select one opposing Pokemon if you do exclude this Pokemon from the duel. The selected Pokemon and opposing Pokemon over the same have no abilities. Or the Full Swing, which moves one Pokemon that is both adjacent to this Pokemon and not Pokemon and not its battle opponent to a point 3 steps away. This Pokemon gains weight. And Smash 99 to kind of counter Mew. But I remember running this in the grass deck where you would open up with Virizion, they would counter, and then you would stick Bulu in between the battle opponent and your Virizion. You land the Full Swing, and then it throws you to the entry point, and you just cheese right there off the bat. Yeah, I think I could see B.
Yeah, it has a lot of nice things going for it. Full Swing can net you some good board advantage by or position, I should say, throwing stuff around. The negating the knockout effects on your turn is pretty nice for grass.
Yep.
As well as the movement, because then if for some reason like your grass spear holder, like if Celebi or something was knocked out and you have Bulu on the field, then you can still attack and not worry about it because it's like like an extra grass spear.
Right.
And then Ula Wish can potentially help you out with like, maybe you're trying to Tectonic Rage Dawn Wings on the goal, so you get rid of its ability with Ula and then you can KO it or something. It's just like small things like that I think boost it up to B for me.
Okay, I agree with that. Tarvold, are you saying that Full Mel is your wife? Is that what you're saying?
It also has the Fairy Z move for some nice removal.
Oh yeah, yep. True. Bulu was I liked Bulu. Yeah, I actually like Bulu's design. I think I like his design the most out of all the Tapus. I don't know why. I just think it looks cool. It's like a little Mexican genie or something, but I don't know. Next up, we have Primarina, which I don't even remember what this thing can actually even do. We have an Open Sea Singer. If this Pokemon is not affected by a special condition, while this Pokemon is on the field, the effects of round becomes, damage multiplied by the number, like if it has Sing, right? Yeah, it does Sing. Okay. The Will, I don't like the Will because there's 4 slices. It's just, it's inconsistent to me. But we have Aquajet, which is a gold. Sparkling Aria removes the burn condition from all Pokemon. Fire-type Pokemon on the field spin. Those that spin white gain weight 3. Balloon Flight. In this Pokemon's next battle, it cannot be knocked out and then Sing falls asleep. Where did we see this? Did we even see this that much? I don't think we did.
Not much. I mean, people would
Luigi.
like, sometimes it might get to evolve, but yeah, I think by the time it came out, round you really didn't see, and that's essentially the only thing you would throw it in for. I mean, it's wheel. It can be kind of annoying because it's like, if you Z move it, it can hit Sing, or if it hit Balloon Flight the turn before, it can't be knocked out. But water type is all right. Fairy Z move is good. I think overall it's like a C for me.
Yeah, I'm good with C. Chat saying C. Yes, easily outclassed by Poplio. Brion, yeah, I agree. This is the second fully evolved Pokemon where we thought that the pre-evolutions were better, just like the Incineroar with Litten and
Torracat.
Torracat, yeah.
Yeah, Torracat's even better than Incineroar.
Yep. All right, so wait, did I put them in C? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. All right, next one. Tapu Fini. All right, Misty Surge. The ability is only valid on your turn. This Pokemon can MP move past non-fairy-type Pokemon on the field. When this Pokemon is on the field, whenever your water-type Pokemon move from the bench, they may only move to a point 1 step away from an entry point. This ends your turn. Pokemon within 2 steps of this Pokemon are not affected by new special conditions. Totally forgot about that because there's been many times where I've been trying to status it. Like, I'll run Seismitoad, right? For some stupid reason. I know. And then I had an attack, and I'm like, wait, why did they not get poisoned? Oh, yeah, Tapu Fini. The Pawnee Wish, we know what Pawnee Wish does. It removes, it excludes you, and you can exclude whatever figure you want. Dazzling Gleam. If they spin a gold, they get knocked out, and then Muddy Water knocks them back 1 step. Fairy typing, ability to move through figures. The utility it has to bring your figures on the field, even if your entry points are taken. And Pawnee Wish, I would say A.
I kind of like that. Yeah, I mean it's like B or A for me at least. So yeah, Muddy Water can potentially be really good. Like if you ended up getting Fini all the way up, it could move something off the goal. Dazzling Gleam, makes it hard for kind of risky for something like Rayquaza to attack into it sometimes.
True.
And then of course Pony Wish is like, in my opinion, is like the big selling point of Fini.
It is.
Being able to remove anything anywhere is really good.
Whoa. Hold up. Hyben is S tier. Dude, if this is S tier, how is Lele not S tier? Was always very usable anti-meta figure and also good Well, okay. Actually, you're right. The point of Pawnee to actually exclude a figure, I can get that. I get that.
I don't know if I don't think it's an S. I don't think I can say that. Maybe if Pony Wish was like way bigger and it was more consistent, then yeah.
True. Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't know about S though for this.
But like it does have a decent amount of miss. It benefits from the plate it gets though.
Oh yeah, to turn it to whatever Guardian of the.
Yeah, Guardian Sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards A with Feeny.
A. All right, chat. Final ranking for this. Looks like a lot of people are saying A. S for hyphenated. A. All right. Dude, I feel like I'm like getting allergies. Tapu, Feeny. All right, hold on. Well, let's actually look what we got next, and I'll be right back. Ew, trash.
Magearna. I like Magearna. I never really used it though. What do you guys think about Magearna? Yeah. Doesn't hit hard enough. Yeah, its ability is cool, but it takes too long for it to really get there, and then Floor Cannon just resets it. Floor Cannon. Yeah, Shift Gear is good. Like, you can potentially land that and then run up and use the Steel Z move, but yeah, it's kind of hard to use, especially since it can't move through anything. Yeah, I'd probably put it C. Yeah, it was buffed. The damage, I think the damage boost used to only be 3. It's too bad. If only like Dazzling Gleam was like a little bit better damage and Floor Cannon was a purple or something. I don't know. So many things could have made it better. But yeah, we'll see what Rico thinks too.
I just thought of something regarding the Tapus. I think Lele is the best Tapu offensively. But if you attack it, like, there's not that much risk. I mean, yeah, it can land the purple and you gain weight, and then it attacks you the following turn. But, like, Bulu, you never wanted to attack into Bulu. Or not Bulu, but Feeny. Because of the Pony Wish. So I can kind of see that argument now. But, all right, let's talk about Magearna. This thing got buffed, didn't it?
Yeah.
The attack damage.
It used to be +3, and I don't think it removed special conditions. It used to only be Curse.
Oh, yeah, it's +10 now. All right, Soul Heart. This Pokemon deals +10 damage for each time one of your Pokemon has been knocked out. This Pokemon can remove curse markers, cracked markers, and special conditions by tagging. Dazzling Gleam, we know what Dazzling Gleam can do. The Floor Cannon, if the battle opponent is knocked out, this Pokemon returns to the start of the duel state, excluding evolutions and conditions. Shift Gear becomes 3 MP, and then Shift Gear becomes a miss, right? Yeah. Fairy Steel, pretty good typing. Other than that, I kind of just want to throw it in like C.
Yeah, I think Chad and I agreed that it was
C tier?
C.
All right, if it's C, then...
Some benefits, but not enough.
Wait, did I really? There's no way this is 0 duels. I've used it before.
No, it says 0 on everything.
Oh, I was like, okay. I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
It didn't keep track of any of your player information.
Dude, I wish it did.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I think Primal Kyogre was my most used.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, if you're like, that was like your goalie? All right.
Well, in your stats, it showed which figure you had the most games with.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But like, I'm just saying you normally use that. What was like your main deck? Like, if you wanted to climb, what was your deck that you were running?
Well, when I first got the player pass, because I bought it when like Arceus came out, that was the first player pass I got.
Okay.
I ended up getting a second Primal Kyogre. I finally got Lucario and its Mega, and then I think I also picked up Feeny. So I had 2 Primal Kyogre, Lucario, Feeny, Keldeo, and Lunala, and like that helped me climb to like 3-7 or 3-8 for the first time. So that was pretty good.
Did you?
I don't think I had like a main deck though, but Primal Kyogre was almost always there.
What did you do for your second Primal Kyogre? Like, obviously you had one for goalie, right? Did you have the other one kind of like sitting back, or were you using it more offensively?
No, I mean, like, yeah, I would usually keep one in the back, but the other one I would try to push up with it, because like I always wanted to land Origin Pulse.
I see.
Anyway, we should probably talk about Alolan.
Alolan Ninetales, guys. Let's talk about Alolan Ninetales. Snowy Transformation. At the start of your turn, instead of an AP move, if this Pokemon is on the field, it may switch with a frozen Pokemon, or if this Pokemon is on the bench, it may switch with one of your frozen Pokemon. Had the same. Did the Alolan Vulpix have that? It's the same ability, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay. This one, the extrasensory does 150 damage, which is pretty good. Freeze Dry does 120, plus deals 50 damage if the battle opponent is a water type Pokemon. The battle opponent and all opposing Pokemon adjacent to it spin. If they spin a blue attack, they will become frozen. Icy Wind. All adjacent opposing Pokemon on the field that are not fire, water, ice, or steel type attach a -1 MP marker used. For those that spin, white. The Alolan Vulpix was better.
Yep.
So if that's the case, then
Because like Alolan Ninetales can only freeze with its Z move. Like Vulpix at least had Ice Beam as well.
right. So I mean, it does have Fairy typing, which is nice, and the Ice typing for Z moves. But if we're gonna put a Alolan Vulpix better, like higher than this, which
I think they might still be in the same tier though.
possibly, yeah. What do you? I don't know. I'm feeling like a C for this. What's chat saying? BBC.
It does have a really good typing.
An A from Dolaris. Oh, Vulpix. You're talking about Vulpix. Gotcha. Okay. Still, I don't. Nah, I don't know about. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tricky. Cause like it's really good in a freeze deck. Outside of that, maybe a little less so.
Yeah.
Uh,
Final for you. What are you thinking?
Probably C.
Yeah.
Especially since it can't freeze on its own.
Yep. That is the downfall. All right. I'm going to go with C. That's what the majority is saying. Let's move on. Electrode. We talked about Voltorb a while ago in the synergy that they have. Yeah, so where did we have... Oh, let me see where we have them.
We put it in C, actually. Because we were saying that it can potentially win or stall out a game.
Oh, yeah, we did put it in C. Yep, we did put it in C, so...
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I would throw
except
it there.
It doesn't have the explosion or tackle.
Yep, that's fine. We'll throw him in C. Looks like Chad is saying C as well. Except for Dolaris is saying A. Exactly, hyphenated. Agreed. Next, Magneton. All right, here we go. This Pokemon is not subject to spin-inducing effects of attacks. I totally forgot that. But try attack. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes paralyzed, burned, or frozen. That's what it was. You would freeze something and then attack with the Magneton to get the free evolution. I think that's how people evolved it, but because it was before Z moves. But that was how they got into the Magneton. And then Magneton did have the +1 MP after evolution. But anyway, Electric Steel. It did have Coco support, so I think the evolution was kind of easy to get, especially with X Speed. I think I still want to see. I think I still want to go C.
Like low C. I think it probably is at least above D.
Yeah, definitely above D. I think so too.
C, I guess.
Yeah, we put Magnezone in C, so yeah. C. People are saying C, so we'll go C. Or Magneton.
Listen, Tarvold. I don't know about Rattata.
Oh my god. Alolan Raichu. Now, Alolan Raichu did have some sort of like cheese with the Cosmic Surf at the start of your turn. Instead of an MP move, you can move this Pokemon to a spot next to an adjacent Electric type Pokemon. If there is a succession of Electric types adjacent to the first, you may instead move this Pokemon to a spot adjacent to them. This ends your turn. We have the Nuzzle, which paralyzes them if you get knocked out, and then the Electro Ball, which deals 2 times damage. So it could hit for 200. Big miss. Still C tier, in my opinion. What up, Prino? Magneton is better than Alolan Raichu? Easily. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. But I don't think it belongs in the B tier where we have things like Tapu Bulu, Mega Scizor, Doublade, Mega Blastoise. Oh my god, it pains me to have even Sceptile in B. Why do we have Sceptile in B? I don't like that. Oh shit. Alright, people are saying D. D plus. C? This is a D. Not even high D. Wait, did I say C?
I agree with that.
Did I say C?
You said C.
Oh, no, hell no. My bad, I meant D. Yeah, looks like everybody's saying D. So, Steven, do you have any last thoughts on this?
Nah.
Alright. It's because the majority wanted Sceptile in B. I want him in A, but it's whatever. Next. Ho, here we go, Tarvold. Actually, I don't know who was in the original Square deck, but I feel like Nebby just... Oh, wait, this is Cosmo EM. Never mind. We're not on Nebby. We're on Cosmo EM. All right. False alarm. Cosmo EM. It did get buffed. Black Core, this Pokemon cannot be surrounded by your opponent's Pokemon. If this Pokemon surrounds an opponent's Pokemon, this Pokemon may evolve while this Pokemon is on the field. Effects of energy plates are in it. What was the buff? Oh, the Cosmic Power. While this Pokemon is on the field, it gains +1 star and +1 MP. This effect is not cumulative. I had some cheese when I tried to get the Teleport Cheese win with the Square deck, and if it didn't work, I would still try to teleport. Like I would evolve, and I would still try to teleport cheese with the Cosmo EM. It was pretty good. But by itself, 1 MP. I mean, I did see some people that would kind of cheese with Long Throw to get the evolution off. But at face value, 1 MP teleport. I don't know. C possibly. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think I can put it any higher than a C for sure. Tarvold saying Dio counter air balloon cheese. Yeah, I can see that. And
air balloon.
It's really survivable. Cosmic Power is a good move. Yeah.
Chat, we need help. Final ranking.
I'm saying C. I mean, really only because it evolves into Lunala. And it can easily do that.
Ooh, Tarvold does come with a good point. Cosmo EM with Melee Wish and Cosmic Power was a 4 MP, can't be surrounded monster.
Yes.
But
That's true.
you have to set that up. You have to, you know what I mean? Like, this one's, yeah, I want to say C, you say C, Daytay says C, Perino says B, Tarvold says B. So we're kind of torn. We're stuck in the middle, and then now Hype is saying D. I think Hypenated also said D. All right.
I can kind of agree with that too.
Damn, Tarvold's not going to be happy here.
Tarvold's never happy. Not with what we're saying.
Damn. All right. I guess we're going for D. Damn. All right.
Listen, Tarvold. That's why you would always win, right? Because no one expects what you're doing.
Shit. All right. We'll re-go through this when we do the whole thing again. Golisopod. Okay, so this was like the first 1 MP figure that I thought that they did right up until Celestelia. But then I tried running it, and it just didn't do anything for me, really. But let's talk about Gliscopod. So Gliscopod has the emergency exit. When this Pokemon is attacked, it may switch with a Pokemon on your bench. That is neither Wimpod nor Gliscopod. No battles are triggered. If it does, this Pokemon and the Pokemon that it switches both gain weight. The Flying Blow was kind of nice because it allowed it to have mobility. So this thing was able to come onto the board because of Tapu Fini. They attack into it. Say you get the Swords Dance into the Flying Blow. Not only do you KO it, you move over them, so it moves about 2 steps away. Aquajet, and then the Swords Dance. The only downfall for me was I always hit Swords Dance into the Aquajet. And actually, because of the Flying Blow, it did get me into trouble sometimes. I had to move away from the goal when the next turn, if I just KO'd them like with Aquajet, I would have been able to win. This thing with Tapu Fini support, I guess, and its emergency exit ability, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's like D.
DC. I mean, you could X-speed it too, so it's like pure gold, but like, just me personally running it, there's so many figures in C that I would rather run over Gliscopod. So for that reason, I'm going to go D tier. Tarvold, I'm actually leaving. Oh, man. Tarvold's out. Tarvold, come back, buddy. See, D, C. One apiece just so bad. Gliscopod is easily B? Whoa, Perino. Whoa.
That, Perino.
Yeah, explain yourself. All right. As of right now, I'm going to put it in D. Looks like everybody's saying D. But, all right. Awesome ability. Is great with water type support. Pre-evolution is also pretty good. Does massive damage. Golden massive Swords Dance. It's better than Magneton and C2 figures for sure. About the same level as Lugia and better on the same level as Lugia and Sceptile? Dude, his will is just I guess it is.
I can understand moving it up if it was 2 MP, but 1 MP holds it back, and Flying Blow is potentially negative as well because it's not optional.
That's the big thing with the Flying Blow is that it's not optional. I've had problems with it. So okay, hold up. Let's look at C tier.
And Swords Dance, I don't think is big enough to say it's like really consistently hitting that.
Yeah, like when I try to run it, I always I hit the gold a lot, and it was annoying. So, okay, let's just start from the top. Sandshrew, like you couldn't really attack into it. Air Balloon, I would much rather do that than Gliscopod. Trico with a grass deck, I would much rather do that. Heracross
needs to move.
Yeah, Heracross needs to move down. Meowth, I would cheese game ending potential. Skarmory needs to move down. Wobbuffet with the support of Goodra and the Alakazam, you need to move down. I would rather run for Alligator. I would even be kind of inclined to run Darkrai. Oh, this is rare Darkrai, by the way.
Yeah.
Groudon, Steelix. Yeah, there's a lot of figures I would rather run in this than I would have with Gliscopod. But I think we're just gonna move on from this. I think you guys said D. We'll revisit it when we go over everything again.
Oh, Spooks is right. It's EX, not rare.
Or EX, that's right.
I mean, we know.
UX is what I was. Yeah. Next. Oh, hype! Where you at, buddy? I just want to hear your thoughts and opinion on Matane. Let's talk about Matane. He does have the Steel and Psychic, arguably the best hyping for Z moves. Magnetic Body. At the start of your turn, if any other Matane or Metagross are within 2 steps, you may move this Pokemon to a point 2 steps away instead of an MP move, which I've always had trouble remembering when I try to run this deck. If you do, your turn ends. But this thing is most notably known for the Tractor Beam. Tractor Beam, move one other Steel-type Pokemon within 2 steps of this Pokemon to a point not more than 1 to 2 steps away from this Pokemon. And by doing that, you do get the evolution into the Metagross, which was, I think still is 1 MP. But once you evolve the Metagross, you could go to Mega Metagross, 3 MP, can move through figures. I can't wait till we cover Mega Metagross. This thing... because of how it's used and how hype showed us how to use it, I want to put him in a B tier.
Yeah, I like B. I mean, I think some people might argue A, but I think, what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just want to say B. Steel and Psychic, like you said, is really good. Tractor Beam is good and annoying to deal with.
Mighty Sphere Surrounds. Mighty Sphere Surrounds. Forgot about that.
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It has to pair with a lot of... Well, it doesn't have to, but it usually likes to pair with Lucario, or I guess even Cobalion. So yeah, lots of benefits. Drawback is that, you know, taken out by Z moves, but a lot of things are, to be fair. And sort of low damage. I like B.
B. Okay. I agree with that. It is Z-move fodder, like Hype said. Hype, give us your rating for it. You like Matane a lot. Insane mobility. Very hard to attack into. Yes, you're right. Lack of consistency. And Z-moves hurt, but it's clearly an A. Ooh, an A. Carries the steel. It does. You're right. It does carry the steel dex. The whole Matane line is a B+. Definitely not an A. B. Hype says B. Looks like the majority of people are saying B. Hold on. I want to touch on Perino says, insult you that I believe Lugia is better than Sandshrew. Dude, Sandshrew, what's good about Sandshrew other than the ability with Air Balloon and the typing? Like, people can trap it. Once you know what it does, people will just trap it easily and just get rid of it, and it doesn't do anything. Like, even if you evolve it into... Dude,
It can't evolve.
I was going to say, wait, do we have Sandslash? I don't think we did.
Not the regular one.
But people, like you can easily trap it, whereas, like, Lugia, that Cyclone is just so good. And the Z-move for mobility, yeah, I think it's easily above Sandshrew. But all right, let's put this in B and let's move on. Matang, where are we even at? 360. Okay. Oh, here we go. Nebby. Now we have Nebby. So we talked about this thing. It cannot. Well, let's just talk about this better. This Pokemon cannot surround the opponent's Pokemon, and it cannot be surrounded itself. It can also move through other Pokemon, making an MP move. Teleport Cheese with the square deck. We knew exactly what this thing was doing. Nebby's power allows you to bring Solgaleo or Lunala next to it, and it caused the evolution. Just because it caused an immense amount of pressure early on. I don't... Has survivability. I think like between C and B. I don't necessarily want to put it in A.
No, I don't think it's A, for sure.
What do you...
So, like, it has decent survivability. Like you said, it's really annoying because it can't be surrounded. And Nebby's power allowing you to move your Lunala around is pretty nice. I think it fell off a little bit because most people would use Dawn Wings. But either way, that's still a decent move. Oh yeah, it's also Pokemon in Ultra Space, so if you ran it in like a UB deck, that's decent.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
true.
I'm thinking I might put it in B.
B, yeah. My only thing with Nebby is like if the opponent knew what it could do and it doesn't get the entry point, like what else does it do? I mean, I guess it could be a hindrance to protect your goal. Yeah,
I think teleport at least sort of mitigates that, since you can
True.
Sort of push forward with it a little bit.
All right, well, people are saying B. I like it.
I think the main thing is just that it's a figure that can easily push the board up.
Yo, did Tarvold actually leave? I think he might have actually left.
I don't know.
Ooh, Sableye. Who was an avid Sableye user? Where's Kenny? Where's K-Dub? I think he used Sableye a lot, but... Hacking Gems. This Pokemon can pass through Pokemon when it MP moves. When this Pokemon is on the field, opposing Pokemon deal -1 damage. We got the Wisp, the Ray, Confuse Ray, and the Shadow Sneak. This thing was always scary to go against. Like,
Yeah.
it's the potential to Mega Evolve too.
It's hard to attack into regularly. It's hard to Z move.
Yeah.
Like, it's really cool. I love Sableye, and I think the Mega is great too.
Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta factor in the potential to Mega evolve with the Sableye. This thing, yeah, it's Is it great enough to be an A tier, or is it a B tier? So let's talk about why is it so great? Like, yeah, survive. Like, nobody wanted to attack into Sableye. It was always scary to attack into Sableye. You could be confused. You could be burned. You can Shadow Sneak. Like, it's...
Yeah, Confusion and Burn actually give it some decent kill potential. And because its attack is gold, it can KO purple figures. And it moves through figures, and the -1 MP, like I mentioned with the Joltik, can actually be pretty decent depending on how people's chain levels are set up, because it's essentially a free chain level for every figure on your board.
True.
I think I want to put it in A, like chat's saying.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with A as well, because like, yeah, it's just one of those figures like Tapu Fini, you're like, I don't really want to attack into it, but this Ponywitch is kind of small. But this thing, it's like, dude, what am I supposed to do? How am I going to get rid of the Sableye? Which actually, let's actually talk about that for a second. When I told you guys I had the best branded match, the way I won was Z moving Sableye, and Sableye hit miss. And I did like the Psychic Z move to get the win, but yeah, it's always scary to attack into, and because of that reason, yeah, I'm comfortable putting it in A. All right, let's go next. Mimikyu. Okay, so Mimikyu was... Oh, let's just talk about it. Okay, Disguise. When this Pokemon moves from the bench to the field, attach a Disguise marker on this Pokemon. While that marker is attached to it, this Pokemon is not knocked out in a battle. Instead of knocking it out, remove the marker and any special conditions affecting it. This Pokemon can MP move through other Pokemon on the field. So the only way to really get rid of this thing is to like move it directly to the PC. So Galio, Lunala, Play Rough. Didn't it mean you couldn't use plates, right? On the next turn, your opponent cannot use plates. Yeah, and then Curse. Now this deck,
Mimikyu is just a really annoying figure.
Very, and this thing was scary. What was like double Mimikyu, double Poliwrath, yeah, and Fini.
Yeah, that came up like out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, a whole bunch of people were running it.
Yeah, dude, I remember the first time I ran into it, I was like, what is gonna happen to me? And then I just had so many figures like excluded because of the Confusion Curse combo. I was like, oh my god.
So it also has the Fairy Z move as well.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I mean, Curse is just really strong in general. And Play Rough negating some plates. I'm leaning a little towards B. Farino thinks it's A.
Super underrated figure. Most people will say B. I believe A.
I mean, I can see that as well.
Dude, Farino is so upset that Lugia is in. Where do we have Lugia? Is it A tier? It is A tier. We have to remember. Listen, Farino, Lugia could move. Lugia was I think it was in the first 100, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. You know what? Yeah, I think I would put Lugia in B now. Actually.
Yeah, like a lot of things. Like, don't be so fixated on it being an A, because like we've been kind of changing the standard as we go. But yeah, I think I'm comfortable saying this is a B. I think I'm okay with that. I think that's what people are saying too. So all right, we'll stick them with B. Just its ability to move through figures, to curse, to exclude figures, like basically like having 2 lives. Yeah, I think it's clearly a B. All right, next. Dartrix. All right, no ability. Leaf Blade. It's a spin. So you deal 50 damage. You run this in a grass deck. It does pretty much like a absurd amount of damage, especially with X speed. Pretty nice. Swinging arrow, spin for an opposing Pokemon within 2 steps. If the result is anything other than a blue, knock it out. Can't move through figures, but we have to figure in grass type, grass sphere. The 1-star purple. I mean, it can knock you out. If it's anything other than a blue. Leaf Blade Spinner. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards, I want to say D, but because of Grass Sphere.
Yeah, I
and X Speed, C.
D, in my opinion.
You think D?
I mean, Swinging Throw is really good because it can knock out something 2 steps away potentially. I mean, you have to attack something in front of you, but
Yeah.
a lot of chat saying C.
C.
I think I'll go with that then.
C. All right. C it is. Dartrix. Torcat. Yo, where's Tarvold at? Tarvold, this is for you, buddy. Like, you ran Torcat.
Pretty cool.
You ran Torcat, bro. Where are you at? Tell us what it does. Fire Bell. If this Pokemon is knocked out, all grass-type Pokemon within 2 steps become burned. It does have the Playful Punch. Knocks the battle opponent back as far as it can move in a straight line. It also has the Fake Out. We know what Fake Out does. So this thing was actually scary if you got rushed, because if you had something on the goal, it either cheeses you for the win with Fake Out, or if it lands a Playful Punch, it knocks you all the way back. And what Tarvold did with this was what did he do? He ran Rotom and Rotom, turned everything into a grass type, and then he was able to move through grass typings. Like, he intentionally got his Torcat surrounded by 3 of the opponent's Pokemon, who at this time were grass type because of the Rotom, and then it burned all of them. And then what did he do after that? Was it Flame Sphere or Flame Energy, or I think it was something else, but I mean, it was pretty cheesy, pretty niche. But just the amount of pressure, the mobility 3MP, if it rushes you, you're kind of like, oh shit, what do I do? I think C.
Yeah, I like C.
C. Chat looks. Oh yeah, C. Looks like chat saying C. So all right. Torcat. Ludicolo. This was. Oh, wasn't this the first squared attack or squared deck? He has the Come Here ability. When this Pokemon moves from the bench to the field or appears as an evolution, each player moves 1 bench Pokemon to its respective entry point. Your opponent goes first, so they got to pick. Has the Grass Knot. We've got to think of Grass Sphere. Also had the Lively Dance. All Pokemon on the field spin. Those that spin white attacks gain weight. I think Tarvold ran this with the Mud Energy, I believe. But okay, so let's just factor in Grass Knot, Grass Sphere, and the ability Come Here. People are probably going to run squared with this. I still think probably a C. It's like C at best. Oh.
Yeah, Grass Knot is really nice. I think Lively Dance. Lively Dance is interesting, but I don't know how often that really comes up. I mean, well, because it also makes your figures gain weight, so that could be bad if your opponent attacks into it and you land it. The ability is really interesting, though. Yeah, it's definitely not higher than C.
C. All right, C it is. Everybody's saying C. D plus, which I seriously regret. Dude.
It is a really fun figure.
Oh my god. All right, Steven, listen. I legitimately, as I just swiped, I was like, I cannot believe we have not seen a shiny Pokemon yet. Here we go. Here we go. Dude, this shiny Rotom looks kind of dope.
It's got the green outline.
Yeah, dude, that thing looks so cool. But all right, Rotom, the artificial turf. If this Pokemon is on the field and is not affected by a special condition, your MP1 Grass-type Pokemon gain +1 MP. Leave Storm 130, but it becomes a miss. After that, it does have to revert, so we can go back into Rotom. Is this our first Rotom? Like our typing Rotom?
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't seen any Rotom yet.
So let's think of how we would use this. How do you use Rotom? You use obviously what we kind of just talked about with the Torcat. Other than that, how else did we use Rotom? To give what 1 MP grass Pokemon did they have that we used to make it have 2 MP? That was like somewhat decent. I can't remember who this was ran with.
Like a Venusaur, I guess. That's all I can think of right now. Trevenant.
Trev.
I don't remember if there's anything better. I think Venusaur is the best 1 MP grass.
Okay, so all things considered, Grass Sphere can have the buff from Coco.
Really, the thing with the Rotoms is that, like, the typing Rotoms aren't that great. None of them are really, but you just want the
ability.
Plate
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Wash Rotom has a decent ability. But yeah, I think Mo Rotom doesn't do a whole lot, and Leaf Storm becoming a miss on the next turn. I would put Mo Rotom
D?
at D.
Yeah, I'm thinking D. Chat, what are we saying? D. It's not D. It has some potential D minus. Having a niche only gives you a D.
They were talking about Ludicolo.
Whoa. Perina, are you saying B? You think this thing is in the B tier? It has no use outside of the niche, and while it's good, it's in the niche, is outclassed by both Spirit Tomb and Goth. Wait, who are we talking about now? Are we talking about?
He was talking about Ludicolo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this is like D or even E.
I'm good with D. We'll stick it there for now because we did have more people saying D. If I do this, is it? Hey! Oh no! It's it's white. It's white and green now. All right, most people say D. We'll go with D.
Yeah.
Dude, I think we're gonna make Perino leave next. Brion. I think Pokefodder actually loved Brion. Actually, I think he destroyed me with Brion in like one of our tournaments we did, like the rare. I don't remember what tournament was what. But, all right, proactive. In battles on your turn, this Pokemon deals plus 20 damage if this Pokemon has evolved against plus 1 MP. So it could be 3 MP. We do have the Aquajet, pretty large purple balloon dance. Opposing Pokemon on the field spin. Those that spin a purple attack gain weight, and Sing falls asleep. I don't think there was ever really a time to evolve from Popplio because like. Why would you evolve from Popplio to Brion to have the gold? But at the same time, Popplio just makes the purple a miss. So, just based off a 2 MP, you probably won't evolve it. Kind of like Sableye-ish will. Like, you're like, I'm not too comfortable attacking into it. I don't know. I'm like torn between D and C.
Yeah.
Stop, Burrito.
Balloon Dance is kind of alright, making everything spin, and if they get purple, it's weight.
Chat, we need help. Is it D or is it C?
I don't know.
Equal to Primarina,
Equal to Primarina.
which was in C tier. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. C is fine.
C is fine. Next
I'll
up.
take a break for a little bit.
All right, brother.
I'll be back.
All right, man. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, Azumarill. Now, I played Hype with an Azumarill deck, and remember, it hit for like 300 plus damage. So let's talk about Water Fairy. Huge power. If this Pokemon is not affected by a special condition, deals 50 plus damage. Belly Drum, which was pretty nice. Attaches a final song marker to this Pokemon. The Pokemon with that marker is knocked out 5 turns later. Your Pokemon that have Belly Drum deal plus 50 damage while those Pokemon are on the field. So it does plus 100 damage if you have Belly Drum. Play rough, we know. You can't use plates, and then Aqua Jet. You run this with like not Tapu, but Manaphy does more damage. X speed's pretty nice. Run it with Scoop Up as well to remove the final song marker. It had a niche, but the miss is just way too big. Kind of inconsistent wheel. I'm comfortable with the C on this. What are you guys saying? C, so inconsistent. D, honestly, so inconsistent. But again, it can't be D. It has to be C. If you compare with the rest of the figures in D, no consistency. Doesn't hit hard enough. Super useless on defense and offense. Has a niche, but yeah, way too clunky. D. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you guys are right. I think I'm more inclined to go D because the niche. Yeah, if it does, like you have a very short window to make it work, and yeah, it's very inconsistent. Like the probability of you getting what you wanted it to get with what people were normally running, like in the meta, was slim to none. Like this was only fun in like Actually, I don't even know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to say like a rare haul, but I'd never played the rare hauls. Small niche. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards D with you guys. Perino, listen, we need a lot of stuff. We do. But what I want to do, because we're already halfway, I just want to get through all of it, and then we'll make the adjustments at the end. All right, next we have the Lantern, which I don't even know what this ability is. I never even used this figure, I don't think. Volt Absorb. When this Pokemon becomes paralyzed, attach a Volt Absorb marker to it. Well, that marker is attached to it. This Pokemon is not knocked out in battle. Instead of knocking it out, remove the marker and any special conditions affecting this Pokemon. What the hell? So if it becomes paralyzed, it becomes a slice. So that's why it has the dodge. I like the mechanics there, but nobody used this. Thunderbolt doesn't even cause paralysis. Guiding Light, one bug-type Pokemon on the field or another Pokemon within 3 steps moves 1 step. That Pokemon gains weight, which, I mean, it could be kind of cheese there, but there's a lot that you have to do to get it. Just because it's 2 MP, the attack damage is pretty nice if you're running with Coco. It hits for 140 if you're on the offense. I don't think that's enough. Is that enough? Here's the question. Is that enough to push it from a D to a C? I don't know. I need your guys' help. D plus, C minus. I'm going D, D. As it is trash. If it had paralysis, it could be unique. D, D. All right. Everybody's saying D. That's fair. We'll go D. Lantern. Next. Wash Rotom. Here we go. Sprinkler. This Pokemon is on the field and is not affected by a special condition. Your Water-type Pokemon can MP move through other Water-type Pokemon. This is what we did. This is what we did. This is what I was kind of... I mean, we ran this with Mew. We ran this with the Timpole. But if we're just looking at it at face value, like we put Mo Rotom in D tier. It's like, yeah, what Steven was saying earlier, like with the Rotoms, it's all about the plate and the ability. But this figure on its own, like what else does it do? It legitimately doesn't do anything. It does not do anything. You're right. No, you're right. You're right, Hypening. But that's predicated on the ability. I don't know. What are you guys saying? D, B, B minus, C minus, C plus, leaning towards C. C. I'm gonna go with you guys on that one. We'll go C for this. Next up, we have Grubbin. Okay, so Grubbin has Bug Bite, Dig, no ability. It does have survivability. It's 2 MP. But other than that, it doesn't really do anything. Here's my question. Is the survivability enough to push it from an E to a D? And then what does Bug Bite do again? Returns the battle opponent to its start of the duel state, excluding evolution. Oh, okay. So then, yeah, maybe that. Maybe that and its survivability is enough to push it from an E to a D, but I don't know. I feel like I still need a little more convincing. What are you guys saying? Oh, E. All right. That's fine. Everybody says E. We'll go to E. Grubbin. Survivability isn't enough to make it D, but Large Dig probably is. Next up, Charjabug. Battery. Your electric Pokemon next to this Pokemon gain +1 MP to a maximum of 3 MP. Mudshot, we're at -1 MP. Yep. Protect and Light Screen. It is 1 MP though. So same question. Does the survivability, the ability to make you negative 1 MP, the ability to give you plus 1 MP if you're electric type, is that enough to make it from an E to a D? I don't really think so. I think E as well. Yeah. Charge a bug. Where are we at now? 373. Next. 373 to 370. Dude, how? How do you miscalculate the ID numbers this much? For a game that was live for 3 years? How? I don't understand. All right, Oricorio. This is the electric one. Pom-Pom. When this Pokemon is on the field, your electric type Pokemon deal +1 damage for each electric Pokemon on the field. We have Roost. We have Welcome Dance. You may move one Pokemon that is on your bench within its MP range. The move Pokemon gains weight. I don't think that really does anything in Air Slash. I think this is an E. Like, do we really need to talk about it? Is there anything in here that pushes it from a D to an E? D because of Pom-Pom. D better than figures an E. E from Date. Survivability is nice for a goalie and the support is decent in certain metas. Is that enough to move it to a D? D? All right. All right, everybody's all right. I will go with that then. Wimpod. I remember when Wimpod first came on the scene, especially in rush decks, like it would cheese you so hard they would take the entry points. Or you would try to attack it. What would it do? It would air balloon? No, air balloon. It would hurl jump onto the entry point. You couldn't attack it. You gained weight and then took the entry point. I can't remember exactly what it did, but Wimp Out. When this Pokemon is attacked, it may switch with a Pokemon on your bench that is neither Wimpod nor Glisopod. No battles are triggered. If it does, this Pokemon and the the plate they used, the what was the plate to remove your weight? Great will, like in terms of survivability, and it's something that you like. If you attack into this thing, it's like you're not very comfortable attacking into it because you couldn't really KO it. Like it was no like guarantee. Hard to even D-move it. 3 amp. Okay, so because of mobility, because of rush, because of the plate, how it was used, I would say, and it's kind of annoying. Like this thing kind of just stays on the board. You can't really just get rid of it. So the question is that enough to move from a D to a C? I don't know. I honestly don't know if that is. B minus? All right, everybody saying C. Wimpod, C you belong. Beldum. He did have something that kind of countered Coco, didn't it? Magnetic Body. At the start of your turn, if any of your other Matane or Metagross are within 2 steps, you may move this Pokemon to a point 2 steps away instead of an MP move if you do your turn ends. It's the same as the Matane, isn't it? But the Electromagnetic Blaster, if there's an electric type Pokemon next to this Pokemon, it deals plus 50 damage. So yeah, this was what we used to counter the Coco, but it wasn't enough. 3 MP mobility is nice. The ability is nice. But other than that, Matane was better on its own. You didn't need to evolve it because it had blue. It didn't have purple. And Matane was not known for, well, really wasn't known for its attack damage value. So this thing, I think it's E. D by itself? Really? Okay.
I have returned.
Welcome back, sir. We're on Beldum. I think it's an E. Chad is saying D. What do you think, Steven?
Let's see. Beldum.
All we talked about was the mobility, which was 3 MP. It did kind of counter Coco, but at the same time, nobody really needed. Like Matane was good on its own. You didn't need to evolve Beldum. 50 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably put it as an E myself.
All right. Well, we said E, but it looks like the majority says D. So, if you guys believe the Beldum is a D, we'll stick it in a D. Next up, we have the Oricoro Pal Style. Now, I believe this was the best one, wasn't it? Oh no. Well, actually, not this one. The Ghost one was good. This one was actually good in Deoxys decks, and even the Fire one was good because that's how you got the evolution, right? But let's talk about Psychic Flying. Pow. When this Pokemon is on the field, your Psychic attack deal +1 damage for each Psychic attack on the field. The Alluring Dance. The battle opponent becomes confused. Roost. So, how it was used. When Lunala came on the scene, Lunala could tie in terms of damage with the Deoxys A. But then when Pal Style was on the board, then DOA could out-damage the Lunala. So I guess my question is, with that, and I guess it's survivability because of Roost and the Alluring Dance, which does confuse you, I'm thinking either D or C.
I'd put it D.
D. Chat. Perino, the reason why I'm not is because like we're gonna redo everything. D, C, and then Uncommon Hall, D, and move on. Okay, really low C, D. All right. Or Choreo, pow. All right, let's move on. Litwick, it's a 1 MP, but its ability allowed it to come off like 2 steps away. So, Floating Candle. When this Pokemon moves from the bench, it can only move to 1 point or 1 step away from your entry point. Your turn ends. Your Pokemon on the field can pass through this Pokemon when you use an MP move. If this Pokemon burns the battle opponent, it may evolve. Huge chance to burn because of the Will-O-Wisp. But just because Will-O-Wisp is a 1-star, I'm leaning towards E. I mean, it's nice that it can move 1 step away from the entry point, and it can evolve upon burning the opponent, but the 1-star just doesn't make it that appealing to me. I'm kind of leaning more towards E.
Yeah, it's like high E, low D.
Oh, later, Hype.
Yeah, Hyphenated said it has a niche and good survivability. And yeah, and I think that's kind of the criteria we were using before for D.
That's true. True, you're right. All right, so D's all aboard.
And I mean, like, Lampet is a decent figure to evolve into at least.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
It is because so if the opponent attacks you, you burn them, you evolve, you go next, you just move through the opponent and put a branded marker on them. So, yeah, you're right. It definitely does have niche. It can also evolve if you use Fire C move.
I suppose.
All right, let's we're almost done, boys. Almost done. Hey, Lampent, here we go. Lampent can MP move through other Pokemon on the field, attach a branded marker to burn Pokemon that have been moved through. I like this figure. It's cheap to get to level 10. Flamethrower burns it, Will-O-Wisp burns it. You can land the branded. You can move through figures, great mobility. Z move, I mean, 140, potentially 160. I like this figure more than D, possibly more than maybe not more than C, maybe like a high C.
He's probably good for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go C here. You agree with C? Chat says C for Delars. I like Lampet. Very consistent burn. Very nice branding. Yep, C. Yep, C. All right. C it is. Next up, Alolan Grimer. Rip to the Alolan Mug. No, Alolan Grimer was nice, but the 1 MP was just a huge downfall. It does have the Poison Touch. Seismitoad has Poison Touch, so we know that thing can do. Belch, the battle opponent is knocked back 1 step. If the battle opponent is a Fairy-type Pokemon, it is moved to the bench. So unfortunately, this thing just didn't see the light of day. The 1 MP really hinders it. The ability is really nice, but the 1 MP, like, I want to put it in C. I mean, not C, but E. But because of the ability, I kind of want to put it in D. But like, how do you use this thing? Like, how do you use this thing? Air balloon, and then you poison something, and then you're back to 1 MP?
Yeah.
I kind of feel E.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying with E. And then it's like, it does have a decent enough wheel to be D, though. But it's like 1 MP just kind of holds it back.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to say D. Yeah, I think I would put it D, just because its wheel is decent and auto poison is decent.
All right, so D for you. C, Anti-Lunala. I get what you're saying, Delaris, but it's just like, how do you use this thing? Like, what are you gonna do? Long throw it in front of Lunala? D, because 1 MP otherwise would be C. All right. We'll throw him in D. Dude, I'm so sad. This game had so much potential. The sad music's like coming out. It's making me sad. All right, Salandit. Salandit was a 3 MP. Sludge Bomb. If the battle opponent is knocked out, all Pokemon within 2 steps become poisoned. The Clinging Glass poisons and attaches that Clinging Glass marker to an opposing Pokemon within 2 steps. The effects of abilities of Pokemon with that marker that decrease attack damage are nullified. So I guess what we're really judging here is its mobility and its ability to cause a status. D because of that, to me. I don't think it goes any above a C. I don't think necessarily an E as well. So I'm good with D. What do you think?
Yeah, I like D.
D. Chat says D. It would have been hyphenated. Yeah, if we did get a Alolan Muck, it would have been very interesting. Salandit. Okay. Here we go. The Oricorio, the Sensu style. This Pokemon can MP move through other Pokemon on the field, which was nice. When this Pokemon it gets +1 to your Ghost type Pokemon, what was really good about it was the Refined Dance. The battle opponent gains weight 3. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent gains a Curse marker. And Roost. So we're judging. It can move through figures because it's mobility, Ghost. The Refined Dance is good because if you get a Curse marker and you exclude a figure, you gain advantage on the board. Is that enough to move from D to a C? Because I don't think it's necessarily I don't think it's an E because it can move through figures and it can potentially curse and exclude a figure. So I definitely think it's above an E. But I don't know if it's enough to be a C. Thoughts?
Yeah, D is good. Just like you said, the moving past figures and potential to curse is enough to bring it out of E.
All right, and chat is agreeing with the D. So let's go Oricorio. Oops. Senzu. We talking about Perino. Rowlet. Okay, Rowlet. When we had Grass Stacks, Rowlet 3 MP, Rapid Approach. All the blue attacks of this Pokemon's battle opponents become misses. That's all we can really talk about is this thing in a Grass Stack. So Grass Sphere, Grass Stack. If you have all of that and an X speed, that's enough to push it to a D. But like, I guess if you don't hit the roll, which I mean, I guess you had a good chance of hitting it. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of between E and D. Maybe a high E, low D. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, probably the fact that it can at least get rid of blue. I think that's enough to be D.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's actually right. I totally forgot. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, there's definitely no. It's definitely a D. So definitely D for me. D for you, Steven, or do you think a C?
Yeah, D.
D. All right, chat saying D too. Cool. Next up, Litten. Where did we put Torracat?
It was in C.
It was in C. All right, so Litten. Is there any reason to put Litten in the B tier? I don't think so. I mean, it was nice to have gold to a miss. But other than that, low damage, scary face, knocks him back. It's just 1 star. I think C? Possibly a D?
I feel like this might also be D.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, gold is usually better to get rid of than blue. But its wheel is really bad. I mean, Rowlet's is also bad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling D on this as well.
I think D too. It's just there wasn't like the meta was mostly purple, you know? So yeah, I'm good with D on this one. Let's see. D, a couple C's. Looks like the majority says D though. So all right, we'll go with that. Litten D. Next up, Lombre. Oh man, I just wish there was like, let's talk about it. Slippery. Just once before this Pokemon would be surrounded, it may switch places with an adjacent Pokemon. So it was hard to kind of decipher like where you would go if you got surrounded in terms of like on their side of the board and of like
I don't
winning.
know if it was random or not,
I think it was.
or if there was a pattern to it.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to figure out. What's up, Luigi? Welcome back. But it does have the sabotage. I don't even know what that does. What does it do? The battle opponent gains weight 3. Oh, it does have Grass Knot, and the Bell Beam does nothing. So let's think. Grass Sphere. You could air balloon for the surround to see, you know, if it put you in an advantageous spot. But it was the Slippery. I feel like was inconsistent. I feel like it was random. So Grass Knot, Grass Sphere, air balloon, get surrounded. I still think a D.
Yeah, I agree.
Lombre was my favorite UC figure. Ended up using it in the rare haul. It's realistically not that good. So D. Yeah, everybody says D. So, all right. Lombre. Salazzle had speed booster, so +1 to be. If you evolved, it was kind of hard to evolve. I don't think many people evolved it. I mean, I did a couple times, but like it's not that great. So if it is evolved, the Toxic and Clean Glass are 2-star, but we're not going to really worry about that. The battle opponent becomes Noxious with the Toxic, Clean Glass. The same as the Salandit, just Pokemon within 2 steps. The effects of the abilities of the Pokemon marker that decrease attack damage are nullified. And the Venoshock, which deals 2 times damage if they are poisoned or noxious. So it can hit for 200. You can run X speed with this thing too. The problem is I don't like whales that are like this that have 2 misses like on the edge. I feel like, I don't know, I just roll miss a lot. It has a niche, so it's definitely not an E. I don't think it's enough to be a C. I mean, what can you do? You can X speed it. You can hit for 200 damage. Could cause status, but I don't think it's enough for C. I'm kind of leaning more towards D. What do you think? Got a couple C's.
Yeah, I think it's a little closer to D. But yeah, I mean it can potentially be good because I mean like getting poisoned and hitting for 200 is nice, and it could be kind of annoying to deal with just because half of its wheel is purple, even though it is 1 star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean probably a D. I think it's like a D plus, high D.
All right. Yeah, we had the majority say D, a couple say C, so we'll go with D. Oricorio Balisa, I believe this is the one that evolved, right? So you're what?
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Your fire type get +1, but the passionate dance, you may choose one of your Pokemon on the bench and evolve it. So that was the niche there. So I guess that's what we're grading on. The ability to evolve with a 2-star purple, which is it was okay, but towards the end, most things had 2-star purple. Somewhat of a survivability. I think D. Like I don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all D.
Yeah.
And Passionate Dance is kind of hard because the figure has to be on the bench.
True, I do remember that. All right, let's move on. Oop, we're almost done, boys. Poplio. Ooh, this one's going to be interesting. So Poplio, we know what it does. The balloon trick makes your purples become a miss. It also has Sing, which is pretty nice. If you don't get the KO. You sing them, and they're kind of stuck there. 3 MP for mobility. Very low cost to get to level 10. I want to put it probably in B tier because of how the game ended with a lot of purple. So, do I want to put it in B tier? Yeah, I do, because Dawn Wings is easily an S tier, and this thing gave it a problem. I don't think it's A. It's definitely not S. Well, I think B. I'm going to say B.
Yeah, B's probably fine.
Oh, yeah, the Z move was really good, too. Yep. B, B. Everybody's saying B. Oh, Perino says A. It actually gives Lugia trouble. I'll give you that, Perino. Listen, okay, Lugia probably deserves to be in B tier. Okay, we'll get there when we get there. But I don't. Hold on. All right, let's see this. Who do I have in A tier? I mean, yeah, he gives. Except for Metagross, he gives Lugia a problem. He gives Ho-Oh a problem. Gothita a problem. Mewtwo a problem. Venusaur. Even Ray, kind of, sort of. Mega Venusaur. Mega Zard. Why? Blaziken. Gothita. Virizion. Like. Huh. I could see your argument, but. I don't. Do you know what? You might be. I might be inclined to go A with this.
I'm sticking with B.
All right, chat, one more time. Final ranking, A or B for the Poplio.
Yeah, you're right about that hyphenated. You can't really compare figures in the same tier, because just because something beats something else, that doesn't necessarily mean it goes up a tier.
Yeah, that's you're right. You're definitely right. All right, so we got Steven says B. I'm still kind of undecided. So we have B, B. Oh, Date changed it to an A. I still think A. I can still see A, but I'm going with B. All right, majority is saying B, so let's go with B. Get the fuck out of here. Do we even need to talk about this? Like, I don't even know what it did. Deliver. When this Pokemon moves from the PC to the bench. Oh, yeah, the Mega they definitely needed to rework this. One of your Mega Evolution plates becomes usable. Present, the battle opponent in succession of opposing Pokemon adjacent to its spin. Doesn't spin blue. Attacks are knocked out. Take flight. This Pokemon is eliminated from the duel. Like, yeah. Do not say Pikachu tier, Luigi. It's not Pikachu tier.
I mean, like, before... Wait, was this around before Delphox? Or, yeah, Delphox? Because, like, that's...
I want to say
like
yes.
The other thing that can bring back Mega Plates, other than, like, a recycle. So, I mean, like, that's its only use, really.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And, yeah, the fact that it can exclude itself is really bad.
Taking flight.
Yeah, an E.
Ooh, Stantler. Who troll? It was probably like Full Melt. And I think Gigs was like normally running his grass type. Somebody trolled somebody who usually ran a grass deck, and they ran the Stantler. So Stantler, the Sap Sipper, if the battle opponent is a grass type Pokemon, this Pokemon is not knocked out in battle. It does have a Hypnosis and Confuse Ray, so it can cause status, EQ, which makes everything spin. I mean, you could kind of cause some problem with this thing, I guess, if you like had Rotom, turned everything grass, and kind of had a small window to, I don't know, sleep something or confuse something. But other than that, it has a very, very small niche. It's D- to me. Huge miss. Does have survivability, I guess, but yeah, I'm good with D. What do you think it's, Steven?
Yeah, I'd go with that too.
D, let's see. D. Stanley was very powerful tech against grass decks, which weren't good. Wait, well, I understand you could be more inclined to listen to really high-ranked players like Phil or Granny, but Someone in the community enjoyed its time trying random figures. That was me. Oh, okay. So you're saying, so for those unused figures, you should take my opinion into hard consideration. Listen, I'm taking everyone's opinion into consideration. We're just going with the majority. Want to focus on the Wilmore 60 D. All right, let's go D. Is it shiny? It's not shiny.
He was saying that he hates the way the shiny looks.
Oh, gotcha. All right, guys, we got 9 more to go. Togedemaru, 3 MP, Lightning Rod. If the battle opponent is an electric type Pokemon, the damage it deals to this Pokemon is reduced by 30. Nuzzle, which paralyzes it, and the Zing Zap, the blue attacks Pokemon hit by this will be a miss during the next turn. Why the chuckle, Steven? Did you use this?
No, because I was just thinking that some people would use this against like Tapu Koko, but that's it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so does this thing have a niche? I mean, it costs status. It's 3 MP for mobility, but I don't see anything to like why it would go from an E to a D. So I'm good with E here. It does have the steel type Z move, but yeah, I'm good with E. What do you say?
I'd go with E.
E. All right. Chat says E. D from Hyphen. Ooh, D from Perino as well. It was decent in Magnezone decks. It had a niche in certain decks, namely Magnezone. Okay. But that niche is very, very small. The niche is, yeah, it's very small, but I guess you're right. I mean, if it does have a niche, it moves from an E to the D. I mean, I guess that's what we agreed on, right? So, yeah. That's fair. We'll go with D. Even though that niche is very, very, very small. Chinchou does have the Volt Absorb, the same ability as the Lantern. What does Double Shock do? This Pokemon and its battle opponent become paralyzed. Okay, so then it has the Volt Absorb, so you can't knock it out the next turn. It just removes the marker. I guess survivability because of Double Shock. What are we thinking here? D or E? I don't think I would never use this. I'm good with E. Like, what niche does it have? If you have Coco and you have Manaphy, it's plus 60, can hit for 120, can get evolved. You can run X speed with it. It's 2 MP, it's cheap to level up. You could actually hit pretty hard with an X speed if you had support with Manaphy and Coco, but I guess is that the niche that we would move it to D? Thoughts, Steven?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't do a whole lot, but I suppose the fact that it can paralyze the opponent while also giving itself protection, maybe that's enough to be D. I mean, chat's saying D, so I don't think you and I, if we say E, it outweighs that.
Yeah, I mean, imagine, it'd be kind of interesting. Like, what if you used Manectric? You paralyze this. Wait. Cause yeah, you can. Can you do that?
Manectric doesn't paralyze your own, I don't think.
Well, you can paralyze yourself, or you can paralyze the opponent. I thought you could paralyze. I thought you could choose.
Hold on, let me read. Or are you talking about the regular Manectric?
Mega Manectric.
Or Mega?
Or I guess both. Can somebody check that? The Manectric. Can't you paralyze your own figure with Manectric or Mega Manectric?
Let me see. Double check. No, Mega Manectric is only opposing types.
Okay.
And I don't think the regular Manectric just has Volt Switch. Oh wait, no, it does have Blue Lightning Storm. Yeah, that's it. The blue attack makes something within 2 steps paralyzed.
Yeah, I do, because I remember I tried to do paralyzed Pikachu, like the EX Pikachu. But like, so imagine you do that, you paralyze this thing, so the dodge is now a miss, but it can't be KO'd the following turn, because then you just take off the Volt Absorb marker. But the next turn, you have support from Coco and Manaphy, and you X speed, so it's hitting for 120 or 130 if it's chained. So, I mean, I guess that's the only niche. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on it, but Chinchou we'll put in D.
Sure.
Next up, Lotad. It's water. The blood. It's yeah. Okay. E.
Yeah.
It's E, dude.
Sorry, Lotad.
You belong in E. Ooh. Oh man, are we talking about this? Oh wow. Okay. Now this is something I always forgot, and I always got in trouble with, was the airlock. While this Pokemon is on the bench, it gains +1 MP. While this Pokemon is on the field, your Pokemon do not move to the Ultra Space from the effects of abilities and attacks of opposing Pokemon. So when this thing's on the board, I would, use Dawn Wings or whatever and try to send things gone, and it didn't work because of airlock, and it messed me up. We know the will. We've went over Ray. Here's the question, I guess. We have Rayquaza in A tier. Does shiny Rayquaza belong in A tier, or does the airlock push it to S tier? I don't necessarily think it does. I'm good with putting it in A. What do you guys think?
Well, I think shiny Ray, in my opinion, is better than regular Ray.
Yes.
Because of its ability, and also it can hold its own Dragon Sphere. Because like Rayquaza, it's only ever 1 MP off the bench unless you have like a Shaman Sky or something. But shiny Ray can hold its own.
Oh, because
so, it can't even be used outside of Dragon Dex for that.
True.
But I don't know. I mean, I think some people in the Discord were saying that like Rayquaza should be S because we have Lucario there. Shiny Ray. I still kind of feel like A for me.
Yeah, is it meta defining? Not necessarily.
I mean, it's probably like really close to the top of A.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I agree with that. So I'm gonna go with A. I think you're going with A, and it looks like the majority of people are saying A. Except for Daytate. Daytate says S. But we might have to revisit it. Shiny Ray.
Yeah, I love Shiny Ray, and the thing is like it was a decent counter. Like with one Altaria, it can out damage a Dawn Wings as long as its ability is gone. That's good, and then like negating the menacing Moon Rays is just really strong.
Yep. So maybe I don't know. Maybe this could have been like an underrated or underused, slept on figure. Was Shiny Ray? Did we get it from like the Queen's Cup or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Queen's Cup reward.
Okay, so
it took a while for the Mega to come out too, but
oh yeah, that's right.
We used it quite a bit when it did.
It just needed to be on the field to stop Ultra Space effects. +1 off the bench as he moves. So Galio. S tier. Lucario is a figure that will always be useful because of its ability, no matter the meta. Ray was S for a while, but in the current meta, it's clear in A tier. Galarian was. Dude, Luigi, I would totally run that. All right, so A tier. Let's move on. We got 5 to go. Ooh, shiny Metagross. It had a different ability than regular Metagross, didn't it? Parallel Arithmetic. When this Pokemon is on the field, your Pokemon deal +1 damage for each Pokemon on the field. While this Pokemon is on the bench, it gains +1 MP. What was different? The +1 damage? Is that what's different then?
It doesn't gain MP when it evolves. Okay, because it can't. And yeah, regular Metagross stopped their like respin.
Oh yes, that's right. Okay, so let's see. We got +1 MP off the bench. The best typing for Z moves. Pretty high damage. X speed we actually pretty nice with it too. The ability to Mega Evolve. +1.
I mean, you can potentially get. Let me see. What's the max that it can do? It's potentially +12 for everything if both players have all 6 on the field, which is decent, but it's not. That's not like really game changing. I don't think.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't think I would put it higher than a C for sure.
Yeah, Z-move fodder. After you move it from the bench, like, what is it going to do? But, like, honestly, like, okay. You go second, right? Let's just assume you're not getting rushed for some odd reason. You move 2 spaces off the bench. The opponent's going to counter you. But then you could just Mega right away and go under, take the entry point, and attack with Mega.
you can't Mega because it's a different. It's technically a different Pokemon.
Oh yeah, we don't have this. Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with C then. I'm good with C. C. Yeah, it looks like everybody's saying C as well. So, ooh, Hyphenate says D. Shiny Metagross. Uh-oh, 2 more. Wait, did we skip? 397 to 399. All right, Shiny Ho-Oh. Now, this was actually very interesting because I think we were at the height of the Ghost meta when this thing came out. Was it the first prize that we got from the Queen's Cup?
It was definitely one of the first.
I think that's what I remember, but Cleansing Fire, this Pokemon is knocked out. Opposing Ghost-type Pokemon on the field spin. Those that spin purple attacks are knocked out. So, Sacred Fire, Fire Blast, Rainbow Wing. Here's the question. Is the Cleansing Fire ability better than the original Ho-Oh? I don't think so. So we have the original Ho-Oh in A tier, and because it's not as good. But then again, towards the end, I mean, we did have a lot of Ghosts. We did have Dawn Wings. I don't know. So I guess my question is, if we have Ho-Oh in A tier, and I think regular Ho-Oh is better, so that I would want to put this in B tier, but because of the Cleansing Fire, is that enough to put it in the same tier with Ho-Oh, or do you think it belongs? No, I don't think it belongs in S tier, but
No, I think it's closer to like C.
C. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, chat's saying C too.
Because its ability is really specific. Like if you're going against someone, I mean, like most people
It is
would
specific,
have
yeah.
Wings or Lunala, but then like not everyone is running multiple Ghosts. So sometimes it doesn't always pay off.
That's true.
But Burning and Rainbow Wing being, a decent move, I think that's enough for C.
All right, that's fair. I will do that. Shiny Ho-Oh. Can I go over Mega Gardevoir? Where's Mega Gardevoir at? Is it next?
Yeah, it's just past the next two, which technically, because we have Shiny Gyarados and Magikarp, and I think we've already done. I know we already did Magikarp. I don't know if we did Gyarados or not.
Did we do Magikarp?
Yeah, we did Carp, but not Gyarados, I don't think.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So we have Shiny Wait, did we already do Gyarados too?
I don't think so. You can check the list, but they're exactly the same figure.
Right.
Shiny.
All right. Well, so let's talk about Gyarados. Easy to evolve from Magikarp. Get the plus 1 MP. You could have the Wing Sphere. 2-star Storm was pretty good. The only downfall was a Hyper Beam. I think we did go over Gyarados actually.
Maybe we did. Can check.
Yeah, let me check. Let's see.
I mean, if not, I think I would say Gyarados is like maybe a C.
We did, and it's in C.
Yeah.
So same thing.
Oh, that's true. It doesn't have a Mega, so it is slightly worse. But I think it's still in the same tier as regular.
All right, since we did go over that, and we already went over that. I guess, okay, this is it. We'll end on the Gardevoir.
Up with this.
We'll end on the Gardevoir. Let me put the shiny Magikarp in the same, wherever it was, Magic, which was in D. We put them in D.
Yeah.
So, shiny Magikarp. All right, hold up. Yeah, where's Vixen at?
You only ever like Mega Gardevoir when it's
When it's a what?
if you're the one using it.
I know, right? Okay, do we really even need to talk about Mega? Like, is this an S tier or is it an A tier? So let's talk about. I mean, Psychic and Fairy Z moves really good. The Cerebral Embrace. Opposing Pokemon cannot MP move through this Pokemon using the effect of an ability. At the start of your turn, this Pokemon may switch places with one of your Pokemon in the field, bench, or in PC. Your Psychic attack. That's so good. Blue Hole to exclude. Warp Hole to gain weight and switch places. The Moonblast has support from Cresselia that can hit over 200 damage. This is like Is it meta defined? I mean, it was a deck in the meta. It was considered the exclusion deck, and it's something that, like, when you saw it, you're like, oh my god, I really don't want to go against this thing. The blue hole is just, I think I would put this in S tier.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think I would put this in S tier. Chat, what are we saying? I reckon we need a higher tier called G tier for above S just for Gardevoir.
And we did put regular Gardevoir in S as well.
Did we?
I think so.
Oh yeah, we did. You're right. No, we did. We put Gardevoir in S tier. All right.
Yeah, blue hole being able to just remove any figure, and you can potentially get Gardevoir back with Altaria as well.
Oh yeah, we totally didn't even talk about like how people use it with the Mega Altarias to bring it back, and the who was it that we used to get the plates back for like the recycle?
Yeah, you could recycle, or I mean potentially Tapu Lele could bring it back with the wish move.
Right. Oh yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean this thing it can remove a figure even if it doesn't. It has a huge amount of damage. Its ability being able to switch things around on the board, and really good Z moves. Yeah, I don't think it can be any lower than an S.
Definitely an S tier, but all right, guys, that'll conclude this one. We have, I think, 2 more episodes to go. Right, we're at 400, and there's a total of, I believe, 596. Yep. So I think we have 2 more to go. So, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. Always appreciate your guys' thoughts and opinions. I just want to show you guys this one more time before you go, because there are some things in the works with Pokemon Duel. We do have a game coming out for Android, I believe, in like 2 days, or not 2 days, but like a week or 2. And then we also have another one that somebody's working on, and it's going to be a newer one, which I kind of covered, but yeah, it looks like this. It's going to be new Pokemon Duel. But this one from Turtle looks pretty cool. I love the animations here. It kind of looks like Showdown, but it only is for Android, possibly for PC. Hopefully we can cross-platform and play. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to head out. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll probably see you on like Saturday or something like that. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Steven, any last words?
Nope. Thanks again for the stream. Always fun to be here.
All right. Later, guys. Peace.